Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the late night stream. It's me, TheCardconomist. We're back. Let's go ahead and get the website running. All right. Let's get us all set up. So we'll jump over here. Okay, we'll dump that in there. We need a title for tonight. Wonder what the title should be. Let's let the title be new Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. New Dreamlike Oceans Final Fantasy. And new trade break. Vending Eevee. All right. New trade break. Vending Eevee. That's a cool one. I'm going to jump over here. We got the title in. Let's go ping the Discord server. Also, we'll grab this. Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going? It's Cardconomist. He's here. What's going on? How's it going, everybody? About time. What? What do you mean about time? We are? All right. We're going live for Tuesday night. Well, see, I would have shown up sooner, but I actually fell asleep. I was sleeping, and then my alarm got me awake. So I was already napping. It's nighttime for me, man. It's a sleepy by time. I need Tammy to sing me a lullaby. Let's see, what do we got here? We're grabbing this. Mr. Shahir. Oh, yeah, Mr. Shahir. He won that Aquapolis Slowpoke, which was cool. PSA payout incoming. That's cool. All right, that's all done. And now over here, we got Team Rocket Grunt. Used the rest of my store credit on 2 live custom snipes. He sent that in 6 hours ago. All right, no problem, man. 2 live custom snipes. All right, we'll go ahead and delete this as well. Boop. Let's grab the website and pin it. Yu-Gi-Oh! It is the shop. All right, and we'll jump into here and open up a live version of our event. Computer, show me 2 Pokemon doing it. All right, here's this. The stream needs Splatoon music. All right, there we go. That's pinned. Let's see. There we go. I think we're ready. What happened in the daytime stream? Some things moved. Some breaks moved a little bit. Some live customs and some Pokemon shuffles were disappeared. Actually, I guess a lot of Poke Shuffles sold. Poke Shuffles, guys. People like them. Are we crooked? No crooked allowed. It's got to be straight. Okay, mister, you convinced me. I like the stream. What? All right, we're opening this. We're opening this. Cardconomist and friends are back. Okay, mister, you convinced me. I like the stream. What's the next giveaway? It's this, isn't it? This is the next giveaway. Here it is. 1 whole box. This is from Sarah. Yeah, it's a pretty considerable giveaway. Giveaway keyword shall be Sarah. So that's going to be the keyword. You don't need to type it in yet because it's not going to be active until we hit 40 likes. So we got to hit that number. That's our goal. All right, Miss Sarah, thank you so much. 40 likes. And we hit. There we go. Desktop stream. Thank goodness. Okay, we'll have a sip here. Oh, man, that's good. All right. Well, let's get this Snorlax and drop him into the Poke Shuffles. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Old Maid Snorlax. He's a cool one. Okay. T10. What a cute card. We were doing some really big trades actually in the daytime stream. I feel like that was a significant portion of my sales were actually trades. Since I count trades pretty much like a sale. Um, yeah, we were able to liquidate some of Shahir's junky cards. Those will make great pokey fodder for the junk packs, or potentially I'll find something in there I want to grade. So I'm looking forward to getting that work done. That's got to be done. Simba. Let's get these 2 live customs for Team Rocket Grunt. You ready? Team Rocket Grunt. All right. Good luck in there, Team Rocket Grunt. Oops. A 1, a 2, a 3. You guys are witnesses. 1, 2. Witness me. Mister, you still do TCC grading? Yeah, but not very much. Not very much. Cold. I have everything I need to do Cardconomist grading. What I don't have is somebody to do the encapsulation, and I can do the encapsulation, but I don't want to. I don't want to do it for cheap like we used to do it. Remember, so Mr. John used to do it, and we got down as low as $7 an hour. Well, that was possible because John's whole day could just be focused on those encapsulations. Now, I'm a very busy gentleman who tries to maximize my time, squeeze all my time efficiently, and it just doesn't make sense for me to spend a lot of time doing that encapsulation unless we're earning a certain amount from it. Here it is. He pulls Oshawott. Sorry, man. All right. Ta-da. So it's on the menu. You can get Cardconomist grading, but I think it's like $40 or something like that. That's what's going on with that. People still do it. They do it for like maybe like a specialty card. Maybe they want a signature encapsulated, something. Yeah, maybe like a hand-drawn card, yada, yada, yada. Is we still encapsulate Karis's drawings in Cardconomist slabs. But right now, we're not doing a lot, and I'm not really advertising it either because I don't want to end up doing a lot of it. I'll encapsulate for you. I know. I wish I could get a guy to come over here and do it, but I'm scared to hire somebody from another state to do it after John didn't really work out too well. We're actually selling the house we rented to him. The house is in contract right now. It's about to finish selling. They did inspections today, so we'll find out if they reject it because they could back out of the. They're already in contract to buy it, but they can back out of the contract if they don't like what they've discovered from the inspection. I'm sure they're going to try and negotiate a lower price, but I'm not going to accept a lower price on it. It's already a good price. I'll charge a modest $50 an hour. Really? That's so modest. What are junk packs? You want to know about junk packs? All right, you asked for it. These are junk packs. These cost $3 each. So this is a junk pack. It's just full of like random ass cards that I don't want to sell one at a time. And let me show you. It's made out of junk. That's what the title says. So let 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This is sleeved. 12, 13, 14, 15. So there you go. You can see it's real random. It's just crap. What? Get back out of here. What is this? It's just random ass cards. They're not very valuable, and people love these. This sells out every time. I sell out of the junk packs every time. So I constantly have to make new ones. So they're only $3. And, some people will buy like 10 of them and have me send them home, just like this, just in their baggies still. And I don't know what they do with them. Maybe they give them to their kids, or maybe they like to pick through them and see if there's even just like one card worth grading that could earn back the full $30. Here's some vintage stickers here. There we go. Any more of those? All right. Okay. So look, so you got some Pokemon vintage stickers, some Mickey Mouse poker cards, Elsa. We've got, this is actually pretty good. That's a sneaker Bunko common. That's gradable right there. Here's a little Hello Kitty. Here's some My Little Pony. Here's some Korean Pokemon. These are pretty good. These are English Union Arena Full Metal Alchemist. So those are some examples of what you'll probably run into here. But the title already tells you what they are. They are junk. It really is just junk. Weird stuff, junky stuff, stuff I don't want to deal with. and it piles up in my room. And we have managed to eliminate some of it through the junk packs. Pretty cool, right? I wonder if you lose money spending time to create junk packs that only cost $3. Yeah, CEM, I actually agree with this. So I've tried to develop a system that allows me to make them faster and faster. Here's the problem. I just have to get rid of these piles and piles of cards that I'm going to do nothing with. One way or another, I got to get rid of them. Now I could stuff them into a giant bulk box, but what would I sell that for? Like $300 or something? I don't know. So I got to do something with them. And so the junk packs has been my solution. Now, what I could potentially do is raise the price to $4 and have it be like 20 cards per pack. So that's possible too. I've thought about it. Great observation. All right, cool, man. Did you sell any Hunter X Hunter booster packs by any chance? I can't remember. Welcome, guys, to the nighttime stream. We have Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. That's new on the menu. Let me show you. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. I think we're selling it for 7.5, aren't we? Let me jump back over here. Yu-Gi-Oh! New Rarity V 7.5. So here's our stuff for sale bag. It is with Riftbound and Magic and Precious, Perfect Order. These are some of the latest sets on our menu that I show off. Dreamlike Ocean. These are big right now. These two right here are big. So we're selling a lot of this. Dreamlike Ocean and 151 Surprise, with a lot of people trying to chase after that Pikachu Gengar and being so far unsuccessful at finding it. I name drop Mister all the time. What? Tickle the like button makes Mister smile. Yeah, so we're going to say 7.5. There we are. Yu-Gi-Oh! Back on the menu, boys. Spear Forged, I'm almost sold through on that. Wonder if I should restock it. Riftbound. Riftbound, it's kind of sold through. Very interesting. Oh yeah, somebody told me that they want me to get the new, there it is, the new set for Magic the Gathering. I didn't grab that, did I? We priced these up today, didn't we? $180 and $1,200. $1,200. Whew. Can't believe I used to sell that Giratina for just 100. Really wild. But that was back in the day. Everything used to be cheap back in the day. Now that, Pokemon cards have really rapidly increased in price, people have discovered that this guy was underpriced. I always felt he was underpriced. I was like, yeah, no doy. Of course he was underpriced. Look at this. The Jungle Pack and the Face Collide Pack have had a lot of progress. People are buying into both of these. Both very exciting breaks. Eddie Berto tried to put this into slab away the other day, and today, Mr. Team Rocket Grunt and I worked out a deal on this Gengar Mimikyu. So he is now available for sale. You can buy him outright, or you can put him into slab away. So he's ready to go. By the way, we do a lot of consignment. If anyone here is looking to get rid of their cards and have me sell it for them on the table, you can actually mail those cards in. We have all kinds of cool tricks to help sell those cards. How close is the jungle? In the jungle, the mighty jungle. Let's see. Here's Roaring Skies. And here's the jungle. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 5 for jungle. It's almost halfway done. It's pretty good. And then here's Fates Collide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ooh, Fates Collide has 4 spots left. And remember, it's only a $15 buy-in. This could end quite rapidly. In the jungle. I'm still trying to get my voice back. All right, guys, welcome to our Break and Ship channel. This is probably one of the most breaks focused channel on the internet when it comes to Pokemon cards. We primarily host breaks, but yes, we open a lot of boosters too. Take a look at that. Joshua Rose has the first spot in the Jumbo Pack break. Take a look at this. The Binder break, which is a new idea. We're on round 13, and you get all of these ungraded Pokemon cards. This has kind of gotten fatter since last time you've probably seen it. Hot Camacho's in there. Mr. Hot kept us busy the other night. He's real nice. We got all this, this Pikachu, Ghastly promo. Lots of these expensive poker cards. They're actually not cheap. They're pretty expensive. Here's a Charizard, by the way. Here's Ditto, some vintage, some Star Wars, some yellow border hollows in bulk. And actually, I've been putting these in because why not? I can just put in as much of this as I want. These are what I've determined here is some nice looking Pokemon bulk. So here's a Shinji Kanda. I noticed that. Here's some of these magic cards. I actually grade those. So I grade those myself. Here's a Pikachu. Here's a Snorlax. Here's a Charmander and a Charmeleon. Here's some more Shinji Kandas. So yeah, I've kind of picked out a couple nice bulk cards, and it's like, why not? There's no limit to how much I can keep adding to the binder break. So, you know, typically when you buy someone's Pokemon binder, you get some cheap cards in there. Well, there's some cheap cards. It doesn't detract from the already existing good cards in the bag. So we can just keep adding and adding and adding until it's like 7 pounds of cards. And that's kind of how that works. The binder break just keeps going up until people decide to buy in. Hey, what's up, Mr. Catnip? How's it going, man? I was just talking about you. How you feeling today, mister? A little bit better than yesterday for sure. Just tell them, do you even know who I am? And they won't be able to refuse, mister. What? Do you even know who I am? I'm the Cardconomist. I think people will probably spin their heads when I say that. The Cardconomist? The Cardconomist? All right. Yeah, we get like 50 people watching this live. You wouldn't believe it. All right. Let's see. What do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's put a round of these into the binder break right now, in fact. Who do you think you are? I am. Crazy moment. Crazy internet moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and a 6. So that adds 6 new cards to the binder break. Hey, mister, do you know my real name? Uh-uh. All right. Let's see. Very good. Your name is Totally Nice Guy. Here's Gengar for 4,400. Jinx for 200. Dodrio for $38. That's the second chance bounty. I am the Rafael Gonzalez. Whoa! I'm blown away, bro. So, by chance, if we have a slow Tuesday night, which sometimes happens, we can focus on rotating our slabs because we're still working on that. No vertical stream? I prefer that. We do 1 vertical stream and 1 horizontal stream per day. Here's Rafael Gonzalez, 1 jumbo pack break, 1 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. All right, cool. So we have 2 people in the jumbo pack break. I think after that incredible 4 booster packs turning into 3 SARs moment that Miss Sarah Dusenberry had, you're probably going to see a lot of people show more interest in our jumbo pack break. Excuse me. So 1 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. What do we got? Where's that at? Here it is. I had so much chili today. I'm like exploding with chili right now. I made homemade chili, and so I ate that for lunch and dinner, and it was just a ton of food. And I like stink of chili right now. I have like onion breath. I have leek breath because instead of using an onion, I used a leek. So it has a more distinct flavor to it than an onion. All right, please, no pictures. Retro mutation. Insectoid exterminator. Nobody. Escape tunnel. Leonardo, big brother. Lita, little orphan amphibian. What? Tainted treats. Shredder's technique. Thriving moor. Mountain. Okay. Here's Technodrome. Oop. Leonardo's technique again. Okay. Toka and Razar. Plague of vermin. and Northampton Farm. All right. Maybe the next pack's a little hotter than this one. This one felt kind of cold to me because, for example, Plague Aversion was not a holo, and the Northampton Farm's not very exciting to me. So I think that felt kind of like a cold round, which you got to have some cold rounds. I'm waiting for Mister to encapsulate a Polaroid picture of himself. Polaroid picture. All right. And Leonardo. Big bother. All right, Mr. Raphael. Find some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle packs when your name is Raphael. Seems like it's makes a lot of sense, actually. Makes perfectly good sense. All right. You got a big fat bag? You got an expensive bag. I know you do. Because so many of these nice Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards went in here. All right, let's get that rotation going. Squirtle for 100. He's pristine. Scolipede. 420 oddish. Blaze it. SpongeBob. Magic the Gathering SpongeBob. Vibrava. All right, there we have it. We have an order. Adam Mundorf, 3 of the 151 surprise. All right, you got it, Mr. Adam. We're still hunting for Pikachu Gengar. Great price on these. Okay. Think verticals only for Daystream. Sneaping all that. Okay. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. And here's a holo. Ammonite. How much is Pikachu Gengar nowadays? I don't know, like 3,500. Pretty expensive, actually. Adam Mundorf. Now, obviously, these booster packs are a lot cheaper than they for like a card that costs for so much money, goes for so much money. But also, I think that reflects that he's kind of a tough card to pull. Booster packs cost almost $10 each now. This is crazy. This is Sparta. All right. I had my fun. Skarmory for 65. Old Maid Squirtle for 30. That's a Cardconomist card. Team Rocket Grunt. Let me get 6 Poke Shuffles. Such a cold day in the polls. For you, I think you had a little tough round going on here. But yeah, there's got to be some cold days probably, man. I just think Javier came and swept in the daytime, didn't he? That guy came in, he's like, I'll just take all your good pulls. 4, 5, 6. Pokemon is for rich people. I think Pokemon's for everybody. It's for everybody. But yeah, rich people are in the space too. Oh, my heart. Yeah, pretty rough, man. Pretty rough. The trick with the Poke Shuffles is they feel real good when they're paying out, but they can sometimes not pay out. So this is Skarmory, and he's a non-holo, even though the slab says holographic, he's non-holo. 13. Back to work, back at making that cash, so not too bad. We're going to say 0, 0, 6, Skarmory. T10. He's right. Pokemon is becoming for the rich. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'll put this over here. I think that that's certainly true if you take a look at PSA 10 vintage cards. That's definitely true. There we go. Good. Booster packs are definitely more expensive than they used to be. Mr. Rafael Gonzalez says he'll take 2 of the 151 surprise boxes. Wowee, this episode brought to you by Rafael Gonzalez. Not everything's that expensive. Some things are really expensive, right? But not everything's super expensive. Like you could open up a whole box of many of the Japanese Scarlet Violet booster boxes for like less than 100. Let me see. No, maybe not less than 100, but maybe like around 100. So let me analyze that for a second. So if we go to Pokemon Japanese, Nihil Zero, that's a new set, right? $105 for a whole box, 30 packs. The booster pack price, $3.50. Right? Okay, so that's not that crazy. But come down here toward the bottom, you got Crimson Haze, $3.50. Night Wanderer, $3. You've got Ancient Roar, $3. Future Flash, $3. Snow Hazard, $3. Triplet Beat's a little more expensive, $6. Base Set Scarlet is $3.5. I mean, it just depends. Like, let's get these open. These are $6 a pack. So, I mean, if you want like the absolute biggest chase set, like maybe Ascended Heroes, yeah, that's expensive. But there's so many interesting Pokemon cards to collect that are at a more reasonable price. So, I think there's this thing that happens where you look at the number one most desirable Pokemon, and everybody wants them. But it's like, yeah, he's kind of expensive and unobtainable. But that's the whole idea. That's the whole idea. Like they have this in sports too. In sports, they have cheap retail packs. And then what else do they have? They have like super primo packs that could drop like some mega signature in it. So there's a range of super premium to cheap. Don't even get me started on the price of the Korean packs. Korean packs are drop dead cheap. Look how cheap you can open up Blue Sky Stream, a set that's literally from from Sword and Shield, and you can pull the Rayquaza VMAX out of that. So you look at those, and those are like mega cheap compared to the English version or the Japanese version, but people don't want to mess with the Korean language. Just like, well, that's too bad. Well, you only want, the most desirable format. Um, and that's why it feels like no one can afford the product. Well, there actually is product to open. You just got to accept it in another format, like opening the Japanese packs, opening the Chinese packs, opening up the Korean packs. Yeah, English is the most expensive. You hear that, kiddos? Don't be lazy. Work hard. You can get all the Pokies you want. Nah, even I can't get all the Pokies I want. They are. I like the Japanese cards. Always have ever since I was a kid. Yeah, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, Indonesian, Thai language. A lot of options. A lot of Asian options out there. But in particular, the Korean cards are the cheapest version of the cards in this hobby. So you can go open up a box of Inferno X, although I don't know how many of those I have left. I might be out of them. I think I'm still out of them. You can go open up a box of Inferno X for like nothing, dude, in Korean, and go pull yourself a Mega Charizard. In fact, somebody did that in our group. Remember, he had me look at it, and we're sending it off to grade, aren't we? So you can pull the Korean version real cheap if you're really concerned about pulling it. You could enter a break on maybe a nice card. That's a more efficient way to spend your money. We've gone over this many, many times. It's cheaper to enter a break than it is to actually pull the card yourself. So let's grab a nice card back here, like this card right here. You could try to pull this Mew, or you could enter this 1 in 30 Mew break. And he's already graded 10, and it's just a really nice thing. Here's the new trade break for vendor Eevee. You can actually trade me junk cards and get in there. So, there's opportunity out there. You just got to go looking for it, and it takes time and effort to go looking. If I were to go to Walmart, could I find Pokemon booster packs? Because Walmart's so cheap, because the retail price is so cheap at Walmart, and it doesn't reflect the secondhand market. What happens is the product lands at Walmart for like $5 a pack, and people snap it up. So what Walmart ought to do is just sell it at the secondhand market price. All of them should, and this would instantly wash out all of the scalpers. It would wash out all the scalpers, and scalpers would go away for a while. And companies like Walmart and Target and all them could then gradually lower the price again. Huge. Ooh, Gengar, Charizard, Gengar. There we are. All right. Yeah, I do think there are a group of people who do not care to open the product, or they don't care about Pokemon at all, and they just want to buy the product and sell it online. That's it. Nothing else. Nothing else. Very rude. It's very annoying. But that's solved the minute Pokemon can print enough product, which they're working on that, right? Didn't we hear about that? Pokemon's expanding their printing capacity to like 15 football fields in America or something like that. It's some giant amount. So once Pokemon can print to demand, scalpers get washed out. And you're probably going to see that if Walmart charges 20 a pack, I'm stealing it. Yeah. Do whatever you got to do, man. Here's Magmar. Here's Marowak. Here's Spearow. Here's Dragonite. Oops. All right, here's Star U. But I agree, it's pretty expensive these days. Pretty hard to find it at Walmart. It's a temporary problem. It really is, guys. It's a temporary problem. They're going to figure it out. Hey, I actually went to Target. I went to Target and I saw Pokemon on the shelf. Perfect Order. Perfect Order was on the shelf at my Target. It was not sold out. We are. So Pokemon's putting out some incredibly desirable sets, and this is what you, ooh, look at that Jigglypuff. This is what you would expect in the 30th year anniversary. It's a special year, everybody. It is here. Kabutops. 30th year anniversary. They're putting out banger sets. Is it really a surprise? I wouldn't say so. Alakazam, damn, he looks crazy, man. So yeah, Alakazam and Jigglypuff this time. Okay. Articuno and Tauros. Are any of those hits decent? Yeah, I'd say that the Gengars are nice, and then Jigglypuff is real nice. I don't know about the Alakazam. So your hits out of these two boxes, you get two major hits, Jigglypuff and Alakazam. It's like one hit per box. And then you pick up these two EXs as well. Well, the Charizard's okay, right? So there's a little Charizard. And you get these three Gengars. I love these Gengars. Very cool. You did not pull the Pikachu Gengar, and you honestly you didn't pull an Altart either. So you can even if you missed the Pikachu Gengar, you can still pull an alternative art out of here, which we see people doing that. All right, we're gonna get you a second bag, Mr. Raphael. I like it, Mr. Raphael. He goes deep. All right. When can we see the day that Pokemon packs sit so long on shelves they go on clearance? Yeah, back when I got started a long time ago, and I didn't really have a normal way to source my packs, um, because you could actually just go to the stores, and there were plenty of packs at the stores. Back when I got started, one of the products that I had on my menu was Shining Fates. Gonzalez. That was a Sun and Moon set. Shining. Is it? Was it? Wait a second. What was it called? What was the test tube Mewtwo set? Now I'm forgetting it. No, it wasn't called Shining Fates. It was called Shining Legends. Yeah, so we used to have a set called Shining Legends. There we go. When I got started, I would run out of those and I'd say, let's go buy some. And I'd go, Karis and I would go off to Walmart and Target and we'd go buy them off the shelf and they had them on clearance. They were all on clearance. They couldn't sell them. Pokemon was that sort of like dead that they would put Pokemon cards on clearance back then, back in 2018, 2019. I guess it'd be 2019 technically. So Pokemon could not sell their cards and they'd have to clearance them. And think about Shining Legends. I mean, it was such a good set. Super cool set. All right. Thank you so much. So now we have an order from, what is this? Let me get out of here. Okay, we have an order from Kip F. Box of Dreamlike Oceans. Here you go, Mr. Kip. You think I should just go ahead and order another case of these, Kip? I feel like the demand for this has been really crazy. It will get back there between the 30th anniversary and the 40th anniversary again. It's just the wave. It's a pretty crazy time for Pokemon. My prediction for Pokemon is that people take some of the best cards, maybe like a complete Gold Star collection, maybe the Delta Species cards. You know, they're going to take some of the best Pokemon cards and they're going to put them on display in a museum somewhere with a lot of security. Obviously, it's really expensive. But that's what you do with really expensive stuff. You put them in museums. And so somebody's going to set up a museum display one way or another and charge people a ticket to come inside. That's what's going to happen. People are going to charge money for other people to come in and see their Pokemon card collection. That's where it's all headed, in my opinion. I don't know if it'll necessarily be a museum, but it'll be something that works effectively like a museum. You're going to have to pay money to buy a ticket to come in and see all these great, great cards. And so owning these cards will just generate money for somebody. You know, somebody will own like a Gold Star Gyarados or whatever, Gold Star Charizard, and it will simply generate the money. Not to mention, all the videos you can post, all the posts on Instagram, all the TikToks, that generates some money. It generates attention too. So that's where it's all heading. It's people showing off that, hey, I've got the best one, you don't. And it'll probably keep trading back and forth between rich people. And that's where I was always predicting it would head. We are. That's how it works. When you have the Mona Lisa, you can make money on the Mona Lisa. All right. Yeah, there's a girl doing that already. I don't remember her name. Like a card show. Maybe not exactly like a card show, but yeah, kind of like a card show. All right, what we got? Here's Kamlanat. Okay, Kamlanat. Eld Narke. Okay, Eld Narke. I think I saw James Cameron. Steiner. Balthier. Balthier. LOZ. Sylph. We're looking for the unisignature, everybody. White Mage. Yuffie. Paladin. Edward. Little chibi Sephiroth there. Kuja. Steiner. Here's Barrett. Eevee. Yeah, so Pokemon cards will end up generating money in like a museum sort of setup, and that'll the demand to go to that museum will determine their worth. Let's see. Here's Wilk. Here's Pinello. Oh, Pillaраster. Here's Cecil. Whoa, look at that. Good. And Urfus. Gotta have two full arts in here, hopefully. Shiva. I got this Godiva cheesecake and it's so rich. Ew. Gertie. I feel like I could throw up right now, man. Here's Leon. I think I'm really getting my butt kicked by this Wegovy stuff. It's oh, here we go, Lumina. It kind of builds up in your system, I feel. It's like 1 week you think you're not feeling it. The next week you're trying to eat and you feel like you're gonna freaking throw up. And here's Dark Knight. So it's something your body gets, I think it gets like more sensitive or more aware of it or something. I want cheesecake now. All right, but I've been like queasy all day, dude. I've been like nauseous the entire day. Okay. All right. What's tomorrow? In fact, tomorrow is Wednesday. Did you lose any weight? So far, I have not gained any weight. And the reason why that's so impressive is because I've been eating pretty much anything I want. So I went from like controlling my diet, fighting, counting calories, trying to work out a little bit, to I don't think about anything at all now. And then I just buy anything I want to eat and eat it. Like I have a dessert in the home. I have snacks in the home. I go out to eat if I want to go out to eat. And I haven't gained any weight. And I'm confident that is because enough of my appetite has been curbed by this drug, that I'm just not able to, I'm not able to eat the same calories anymore. It is. So what should be happening is I should be gaining weight, because I'm eating however I want. But like today, for example, I woke up and I was nauseous immediately. Without even eating one bite of food, I was nauseous. And I was like, oh my God. Then I cooked lunch, which was really hard to do. It's hard to cook when you're nauseous because you're like, you don't want to eat. I started eating and the nausea went away slightly, but then I was full after like one bowl, and I was like, oh, gross, dude. I don't want to eat any more of this. Then it was dinner time, and all I had for dinner was like a little more of that chili and a small sandwich. And it was the same deal. I was like, oh, this is horrible. And now I'm sitting here and I just have full on nausea. Gotta smoke weed. Let's see. I feel like every time I eat and I'm not on medication. What? I was watching those walking streams. You were so much happier and healthier. No, that's not true, Wow, Mikey. The truth is, I was having a lot of stress at the time, and I desperately was trying to get into better health. So, when I do that kind of level of exercise, it's because my brain is obsessed with health. That's what's going on. So it becomes obsessed with it and stressed out, and then it tries really hard to win, basically. 151 surprise for Mr. Adam Moondorf. I go through like those phases where I'm like, you're not being healthy enough or something like that. There it is. And then I go back to feeling normal again, and then you see me eating more food. But those walking streams were difficult, because I did them from like the nighttime stream ended into the morning. So I was not going to bed until the sun was up. And that sort of uh inverted sleep schedule was terrible. I was getting so little sunlight. I was seeing Karis so little. And we wouldn't even walk together. We would no, it was high stress, dude. That was very high stress. I remember all that. It was a terrible lifestyle. Terrible. Maybe if I was single, it would have worked. But I wasn't single, was I? I was already married. And yeah, I just had a completely inverted sleep schedule. It was just not. Oh, look at that. Another Alakazam. He popped out right away. All right, Adam. Here's Magmar, and here's Articuno. You should do alternate fasting. Here we are. Yeah, I've tried some fasting. Here we are. There we go. Here's the deal. I could fast for a while, and then the next day eat 5,000 calories. That's what I can do. So fasting does not stop the true problem, and that is I can eat enormous amounts of food if I want. Here's Mr. Adam. Yeah, I could fast for a day. I've done that. I've actually done that a couple times, and recently because everyone talks about how good the fasting is. Intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting, intermittent fasting. Have you tried intermittent fasting? I can do that, and then the very next day eat like 5,000 calories like that, like within a blink of an eye. So the bigger issue is that I have a very strong appetite. Okay, let's see. Without even trying, like a bottomless pit. Maybe that's the definition of a fat guy's being able to eat like you're a bottomless pit. Next up, we got Mr. Well, you've got it. Let's see. Let me see about this name. Let me log in. I'm gonna log into PayPal. You're supposed to do it more than a day. What, the intermittent fasting? All right, let's see. I'm not gonna fast for like 48 hours. You ready? So, here we are, Mr. Mark Kaplan. Mark Kaplan. All right, Mr. Mark, I had to log in to see that. So, Mr. Mark, he wants 4 of the Poke Shuffles. Hey, hey, nice to meet you, Mark. You're a new guy. Ready? So just grab these. Okay, we'll grab these. 1, 2, 3. Let's say I did that exact thing, Mr. Aovic. During the eating window, the time period where I could eat like 5,000 calories like it's nothing. So it's the appetite is too large. The craving for food is too high. Shoop, 4 cold ones. Ah, man. So technically, these are yours. When you guys open the Poke Shuffles, you're actually buying these exact cards for 5. No, you can't. I've tried. Yeah, we all have different physiologies. All right, so there's that. We all have different physiologies. Let's say I stop eating for a while. That's great. I start to lose some weight, right? But I actually just am more hungry when I get back to eating. I go back to eating. I go, now I can eat a lot and I'm starving. Here's Gasoline Umbreon. Ooh. I really don't believe in some of these ideas you guys talk about. People talk about it. Uh, here's why I don't believe in them anymore. I'm 37. I'm pushing 40. And I think the single biggest struggle for me in life has just been constantly fighting that really strong appetite I have. So I've always had that, by the way. Um, and what really stands out to me is the significant number of people in America who are obese or overweight. To me, this implies that it's not as simple as like, oh, why don't you just be skinny, right? Like, why don't you just eat less? I don't think it works that way. I think it's kind of like telling a person to just do abstinence, don't have sex. And it's like, if you have a sex drive, you can't just tell that person to try abstinence and then they won't get anybody pregnant. You know what I mean? It's like, nah, that's not going to happen. Look at this Gallade. I'm giving you this bonus Gallade. All right. And was it Mark Kaplan again? I think it's Kaplan, right? Let's see. I'm the same way. I can eat a box of pizza or donuts. If I wasn't disciplined, I'd be 260. We are. Well, again, you used the word discipline, and I'm actually questioning if that's a real thing. So I believe in science. I believe in like physiology, neurology, all that kind of stuff. And it's like, let's say a guy's a raging alcoholic. What if you walked up to him and just said, just don't drink it? It's like, oh, why didn't he think of that? Right? All the alcoholics could go away tomorrow if they just stopped drinking. All the people hooked on fentanyl could just not die of fentanyl if they just put it down. Hey, man, just put it down. It's kind of, I think it's in the same range as telling a person with chronic depression to just be happy. Duh. What have you tried this? I'm doing it. Just be happy, bro. It works. It's like, hey, that sounds like a really good solution. I should try that. That sounded pretty good. So I actually think that you have like a baseline physiology that tells you how much to eat, and you can lose weight, and then you actually could lose a good chunk of weight, and then you just gain it all back. You notice that? You guys ever heard about that? Yo-yo dieting. People lose weight, then they just put it all back on later. I think your body just tells you to eat a certain amount all the time. If you tell somebody to do abstinence, maybe you hold off on having sex a few times, but eventually you just go back to having as much as you normally would. That's it. Look at that. Mr. Mark. Ooh. If you can't sleep at night, it's because you're awake. Yeah, so I do think it's a little bit like telling a person with depression to just be happy, or a guy who's drinking alcohol, just don't crave alcohol. We all wish that the human race had like this magical amount of willpower where you can just tell somebody, well, you shouldn't eat cookies and you should eat broccoli all day. And then they just do. They just, okay, I won't eat any cookies and I'll eat broccoli instead. But if that was true, everyone would just be fit. That's it. Everyone would just be fit. Most people wouldn't be fat. So I think it's a much stronger psychological pull to eat food than you realize. And that's the way I view it. So I think going forward, I think society probably will develop these drugs, these GLP-1s, to be increasingly more powerful. Mr. Mark, I think I'm going to put you in this box. Thank you, Mark. You got a bag with us now. Not if you change your eating habits. It all comes down to habits. So, Mr. Rip and Flip, I've worked so hard in life. Like I had many jobs where I would work like 60 hours a week. This job's 60 hours a week. I'm an extreme person. I got my associates done. I got my bachelor's of science done. No help from my parents, no help from my grandparents. Did it all myself. Uh, I successfully made a YouTube channel, and then I made a second successful YouTube channel. I became a millionaire on my own. Nobody helped me. Did all those things. I'm like this really severe person, but I can't stop eating. So I got all this willpower to do everything else. I'm just this like, why don't you just work 60 hours kind of person, right? Hey, you can fix all your problems. Just go work 60 hours. But I can't stop eating. And so I'm not convinced anymore that it's just like, oh, it's just, why don't you just change your habits? My wife, she can't gain weight. She's skinny, and the doctor's telling her to gain weight, and she can't do it. She can't do it. She can't gain weight. She eats, and then she's like, I hate it. I don't want to gain weight. So she eats more, and she just struggles, like she's going to throw up. And so she can't gain weight, and I can't stop eating. I'm in that relationship right now. So when I look at that, I go, okay, this is a physiological kind of thing. That's what's going on here. I'm not a guy who like flops around through life passively and things happens to him and I have no willpower. I'm actually a really severe kind of person who can get things done. He can set a goal and work really hard to get those goals done. That's been proven over and over and over again. And yet with food, I just slide back to eating a lot, always. And I do think it's physiological. I don't think it's like, people use that word willpower, like point to the part in the brain that just tells you not to eat food because you didn't want to. I don't think it exists. I think it's more complex than that. Mr. Team Rocket Grunt, here is the live custom that's going to break your cold streak. Good luck with that. So it's a narrative, it's a conversation to have with people. This is also why I hate drugs so much. I'm talking about the bad drugs. Because I do believe, and I've always said this in this stream, the whole idea of a drug is that it gets around your so-called willpower. So when people are addicted to drugs, I don't blame them. I blame the drug. Drugs are designed to get around your neurology in order to addict you. And so I blame the drug, not the person. All right, one cold one. I'm sorry. There you go. You can beat the odds on all the stuff you accomplish, but can't eat healthier. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. I'm this really severe person. I can get everything done, but I eat. It's like if you told me not to have sex too. It's like I'm not going to stop doing that. Like you could tell me to. The Catholic Church kind of tells you to, right? Catholic Church was really tough on sexuality. You're not going to cut down on my sexuality. It's there, you know. It's not something that I didn't go, oh man, I got a great sex drive. I didn't do that. That's just how it is. It's there and it's not changing. And so when you tell young couples or young people, oh, do abstinence, what happens? People get pregnant. Miss Tammy's next. She says 18 of the Dreamlike Oceans. You got it, Miss Tammy. Let me go grab it. Wow, wow, wow. We only got 2 boxes of this left after this, Tammy. Here we are. All right. Boop. As someone who has fought drugs from their teens, it's the hardest thing I've ever had to deal with. And I beat cancer and drugs were harder to get rid of. Damn, bro. Yeah. And again, I don't blame you for having a trouble with the drug. I actually just blame like physiology and the idea of the drug, which is that it circumvents your willpower. All right, so let's get in here. I'm going to order some more of this. Oops. I don't think people like the conversation that maybe humans don't have that much willpower. They don't like that conversation. It's like it goes against what you want to believe about yourself. You know, like for example, for me, it would be nice for me to just attribute all my success to what a great guy I am. I'm such a hard worker. I'm the best. I must be so great. What if it turns out a lot of people are just naturally talented? They didn't earn it at all. They were just born that way. Yeah, the nice DNA soup or something like that, you know, right? You know what I mean? Like, why are my siblings not as successful as me? I just got the good round of DNA for success or something, and that's it. What if a lot of your personality isn't really you? It's just the DNA you were handed. People don't like that kind of stuff. They don't like that conversation. It's sort of like it goes against your identity in some degree. All right, so we're placing a fresh order for another case of Dreamlike Oceans. There we go. Crazy, says Troy. Let's see. Be happy with yourself. What's up with my boy? Right place, right time. Pokey's an intellectual conversation. All right, so we've got a fresh case of Dreamlike Oceans on the way. Let's just see how this looks. Okay, looking good. Miss Tammy, let's get this open. Let's pull you the best card out of here. But those are my thoughts. You know, I think people twist themselves into knots over losing weight. And I have done that many, many years. Um, and I think that it's basically like fighting your evolution. It's fighting your own body. Your body wants to eat and store fat. It wants to do that. It gives you a reward for that. That's the dopamine, right? We're most likely evolved from a time period where humans died of starvation mostly. So famine was the rule for probably, I don't know, maybe millions of years. You know, if you think of humans as a evolutionary biological animal, starvation was the rule for almost all of our existence. And then only in the last 100 years can you buy like a bag of Snickers for $5, you know? So I think that's it. We haven't evolved to this new food environment. That's the simple explanation. And you're fighting really ancient old DNA that says, hey, bro, keep eating that stuff. That stuff's good. Here's some dopamine. You know, you're fighting that because the environment has changed really rapidly and you have not evolved to be at that level of control or, you know, so-called willpower. I don't think it works that way. I don't think it's willpower. I think it's more like we are running on instinct. A lot of it. We know animals run on instinct, right? Animals run on instinct. But what humans don't, we run only on self-control. So I think that's explaining why so many people are fat in America. It's like 70% of people are overweight. And then amongst that number, the number for obesity is really high. It's like just about 50%, which is crazy if you think about it. One out of every two people, almost, especially where it depends on where you live. Some places have it more than others. It is, but so I think that reflects not a failure in willpower. I think it's just physiology. It's evolution. And I think we're going to continue to develop these drugs to help suppress your appetite. And it's going to be kind of like wearing glasses almost, you know? Like glasses aren't natural either. Hey, bro, why don't you just take those glasses off? All right, you ready? Let's see. G in attack. Ooh. Been hanging in there, Troy. Adnat says this evolving thing is total BS. I believe in evolution because I'm educated. Here's Layla. You don't have to. You believe anything you want. I don't care. Here's Young. Ooh, Young. When you're trying to get off drugs, it's like they're attacking your body full on. Food isn't like that, but I get what you're saying. You can sleep if you don't eat. You can walk if you don't eat. Let's see. I saw a hilarious Ozempic ad. The whole ad was the guy reading the side effects. Here's Leon and Cloud. Yeah, they got to do that for legal reasons, but that's true for every drug. You ever watch like an ad for a drug? Side effects may include, suicidal depression. It'll be like a drug that's there to help you fight anxiety, and then they'll read off a list of side effects. Side effects include birth defects, losing all of your hair, so suicidal depression. What? Steiner, Miss Tammy, you got the Steiner, baby. Oh yeah, that's the one I was hoping to pull. Then it ends in a happy song. Be you. That's right. Be you. Uh, so welcome home. Be you. Be yourself. I know exactly what you're talking about. That's a sort of dystopian American drug pharmaceutical company feeling. We don't have to eat 3 meals a day. We just accustomed to the abundance of food. Nah, dude, you're not in my body. Let me say that. You're not in my body. You don't know what it's like. I bet you if you jumped into the body of an alcoholic and then, a bunch of people around you just said, just don't drink alcohol, you'd be like, holy shit, it's hard not to drink it because his body's lurching toward it at like a thousand dopamine or something, or however motivation or ambition works, right? All of that stuff's mechanical. It occurs in your brain. So there's a chemical in your brain pushing you toward all these behaviors, right? So, trade places with the guy who's an alcoholic or something like that, and then just stop drinking. Duh. It's so easy. I think it's similar if you jump into the body of somebody with depression and just tell them, just be happy, just smile. Just smile. Why have you not tried smiling? And for the person who's going through it, they're looking at you like, are you nuts? You've got no clue what this is like. And it's just it's I think it's a simple misunderstanding of the actual cause, the root cause of it all. It is. All right, let's put this over here. Again, I go back to this concept. If it was so easy to do, why doesn't everyone just be skinny? Wouldn't they want to be? I mean, it's obvious you're more attractive when you're skinnier, right? Also, there's no chronic health disorders when you're skinny, like no diabetes, no heart disease, lots of other stuff. If it's so easy, why didn't everybody just do it? No one else had thought of just eat less. No one else thought of that. So I do think it's probably caused by multiple problems, but one of the biggest problems is your own physiology is fighting you to just eat as much as you can because it wants to. It says, hey, just eat as much of that as you can. Here's Sephiroth Hollow. I like that. I was addicted to opiates and alcohol for years, and I'll tell you, getting off alcohol is not only deadly, it's way worse and harder than opiates. Yeah, alcohol is kind of a hard drug. That was what was so interesting about the conversation about making marijuana legal is that marijuana, in many ways, is a less lethal drug than alcohol, and yet alcohol has been culturally ingrained into our society as good and cool, and it's the thing you do. You do it with your boss, you do it with your friends, you do it at home with your family. It turns out alcohol can immediately poison and kill you, causes all the car crashes. You do a lot of stupid stuff when you're drunk, like you get into a fight, you stab your wife to death or something, saying crap like that. Meanwhile, marijuana is just like, and you've never overdosed on marijuana. At least I don't think anyone's done that. And so when you compare the two drugs, let's assume they're both not necessarily good for you. One of them's clearly much worse than the other, and the much worse one has been the legal one. Wow, you just got a tough box, Tammy. You got Steiner, and it was a single full art. Steiner, Tifa, and Sephiroth. Dang, dude. Let's see. As a person who struggled with addiction, Mister is right on this one. It's widely an accepted disease. Yeah, I think that's a lot. A lot of what's going to happen over time is people are going to start diagnosing the urge to eat too much as more like a disease rather than like, oh, you just didn't think to eat less. It's like, no, trust me, there's people out there thinking about it. It's just, you're. I describe it as like a baseline hunger. It's very high, and if I force myself to stop eating for a long time using my so-called willpower, that works. And then eventually I go back to feeling like normal. And once I feel like normal again, I just start eating a lot again. That's it. It's really, really strong. We are. Oop, there we go. And a lion. Cool, man. Okay. Let's put that there. Oh, right. So, Miss Tammy, let's grab this. Look at these beautiful cards. At least you got Tifa and Sephiroth looking like nice backups, but that's a tough box, Tammy. We got 2 boxes remaining and a fresh order for another case of this. Wow, we needed 4 cases of this product. I had no idea it was going to be so popular. I should have just ordered a lot at the get-go. What do we have here? We have Mr. Kip F, 1 whole box of Dreamlike Oceans. All right, we have a single box left now. Jesus, dude. All right, let's snip this. Very nice. Ooh. These subjects are also very fascinating to me because it delves into a similar conversation around the importance of DNA in the first place. And one of my biggest and most sort of like fascinating subjects for me is the concept of DNA editing eventually. I think we'll do DNA editing. We are. Why do you think evolution is real? Tons and 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 tons of overwhelming evidence. We are. All right. Put this over here. Ready? Here goes. Snipping this. They can actually force evolution right now. So they tend to take simple single-celled organisms and they create environments that speed up evolution, and they can force those organisms to evolve right away. Here it is. Okay. Snip this and snip this and snip this. I think we're a result of aliens. Maybe aliens. All right. And snip this. There we go. Very good. Boop. All for me to collect the waifus. What? Good luck, Mr. Kip. What do we got? We've got Mont Blanc. Oh, Enridia. Do you believe in the Big Bang? Yeah, I'd say so. No, that's actually not controversial. A lot of Christians believe in the Big Bang. A lot of people who deny science, usually they deny it because of like religion. So usually you got like a holy book and it's got the most ridiculous concept of how the world started, like, oh, like God pulled a rib off of Adam and now you got Eve or something like that, right? So it's like some ridiculous notion about how the world came into existence. And when you get into really serious debate with like really serious Christians, almost virtually none of them deny concepts like the Big Bang. What ends up happening is those Christians say, we do believe in the Big Bang. It's just that we think God created the Big Bang. So that's what they actually say. They don't deny it because there's too much evidence that something like that occurred. Here's astrologian. Ooh. So, like, for example, when I was Christian debating for the Christians, I couldn't deny the evidence for the Big Bang. It is there, like the universe expanding away from us, away from itself. We are. Here's Kadash. Ooh, Kadash. Here's Trion. Oh, So even if it's not exactly, oh, you got Vivi. Whoa, that's the one I was hoping for. Even if it wasn't exactly like whatever, the scientists are claiming the Big Bang was, something similar to that happened. We know something similar to that happened, and they just use a term called Big Bang for that. VR? Mr. Reed Tammy's comment. Give me that last box. Use my credit. All right, the last box is claimed by Miss Tammy. You got it, Tammy. Tammy's getting the last box. We're sold out once again of Final Fantasy. Here's Brute Bomber. Tammy, you're making me think I should have bought like 12 cases of this or something. Angel. I used to believe in evolution. Now it's all about flat Earth. Hell yeah, man. All these round Earth believers, very ignorant. All right, let's leave this. Oh, yeah. I put it in order, and don't worry. Nice. Do you have any friends who are addicted to marijuana? No, I guess I don't actually. Yeah, but maybe that's because I don't have a ton of friends. Here's Ferran. You want to be my friend? Here's Leonora. Here's Kane. Weed's pretty chill. I've tried it. It's not that extreme of a drug. Here's Ject. Here's Kane. Look at Kane. Ooh. I personally I don't drink, I don't smoke, but I eat a lot. So there you go. I've got my thing. Brynhilder. Ooh, Brynhilder. And Zach. All right. I used to smoke weed until it started to give me panic attacks, but I can tell you, I have a lot of friends, they don't admit that they're addicted to it, but trust me, they are. Yeah, it kind of scrambles your brain up a little bit. And I think humans have always headed toward drugs in order to manipulate these basic, neurotransmitters in our brain. We're always trying to get to relax more. We're always trying to numb pain, and we're always trying to feel pleasure. That once again, that shows you this concept of so-called willpower. That's a sort of generalized intuitive word that we use to describe a set of physiological, mechanical behaviors in the brain. So your brain works like a computer, and you're trying to manipulate the chemicals in it. You're trying to manipulate the chemicals in your brain to feel the way you want to feel. Here's Vivi and Kane, and that becomes addiction. Ooh. All right, I like the Kane at least. So Kip F, that was yours. Ooh. It was crazy how perfectly placed this world had to be for us to sustain life. So that's also an argument that the Christians often make. So I've actually been in all of these debates, conversations, and it's not a very strong conversation. So imagine for a second, I was flipping a coin, heads and tails, right? And imagine it would be extremely rare for a coin to flip heads 1 million times in a row, right? That would be insane. That would be so rare that you would say it's impossible, but it's actually not impossible, is it? So even though a statistical likelihood of something seems very rare, that does not mean impossible. Now, the other thing you have to consider, imagine the coin is flipping infinitely. The coin flips forever. It actually never stops. It flips infinitely. Well, then it would actually be more rare for that, million heads in a row to never occur. Because if it's infinite, and a lot of people aren't smart enough to grasp infinite, if it's an infinite coin tossing over and over again, eventually you do get a million heads in a row. It's so unlikely, but since you're flipping infinitely, it is 1,000% going to happen. So the people look at the Earth and they go, "Oh, this was unlikely." Yeah, but that's not the same as impossible. And let's say that time is infinite in this universe, which we don't know if it is or not. But let's say time is infinite. Well, then it is 100% bound to happen. It almost has to happen. So Christians often aren't very good at math. And when you go talk to people who are extremely good at math, they go, ha 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 ha. That's a terrible argument. When you use the particular, oh, but the conditions on Earth are so unlikely. When you use that argument, it's a very common argument. It does not last very long in a group full of mathematicians. We are. Ooh. All right. So that's Kip F. And we got Joseph Smith, 2 pokey shuffles. Here you go, Joseph. We're doing the math arguments now. That's like when you put your laundry in the dryer an infinite amount of times, there's a small chance it'll come put folded. Yeah. So again, if time is infinite, which it might be, it would almost be impossible for it not to occur. It has to occur at some point because it's infinite. 1, 2, 3, and a 1, 2. And so we don't know how old the universe is. We don't know anything like that. There's no way to prove it. Boop. 2 cold ones for Joseph Smith. There we go. If the have kids but won't go to work, that's a serious psychological problem, not a weed problem. I smoked a lot of weed until I had an accident and then had seizures. Apparently, weed reduces your threshold for seizures. Yikes. That sounds scary as hell, dude. Yeah, well, now that weed's legal, I think people are learning a lot more about maybe the negative side effects, because in order to make it legal, people kind of had to talk, strictly about the positive side effects, about it being good for you and all this. So now it's legal in a lot of places, like it's legal where I live. And now people are like, oh, this isn't necessarily a, sin-free drug. There are some side effects, like it appears to have similar problems to smoking cigarettes. It can cause lung cancer, it can cause mouth cancer, it can cause throat cancer. Um, and there's problems with memory recall, and and this won't affect everybody, but it'll get some people. And they'll say, oh, I have these conditions now. What caused this? Well, probably weed. So but it won't affect 100% of people, and some people will probably be in denial about it too, because they're defending it, and you had to defend it in order to get it legalized. You know what I mean? So it's one of those things where you're not going to get the help of society talking about any of the negative side effects of it. So let's move these two off the table real fast. Very good. Oops. All right, Joseph Smith. There we go. I like this conversation, by the way. This is a very fun conversation because we're really just going over things I've talked about a long time ago when I used to actually argue religion very strongly. Let's see. We're going to put this in the pricey slabs channel, I think, even though they're not that pricey. I think it's the idea that they're pristine. All right, 2 pristine cards. There we go. I hate when people compare alcohol and weed. You can't compare the two. Also, is my Absol still there? Yes, it is, Miss Tammy. Your Absol is still here. No one has purchased it. He's unusually expensive. He is an unusually expensive card. Probably always going to be hard to move. I don't even know if I could put him into a break. I mean, it would be a mega break. It'd be huge. And I don't know if it would move that well because Absol is more of a niche Pokemon. Now, here's some options, Tammy. You can have me send it to the PSA vault, and then you can list it on eBay. You can have me forward it to a consigner like Probstein. You can have me send it home to you. You can keep it, or you can list it at home on eBay. Those are all options. What do you think happens when you die? Probably nothing. Well, here's one thing that'll definitely happen. Your physical brain will die with you. And everything about you, every last detail about who you are, your personality and everything, it is all stored in that physical brain. So that thing dies and you die with it. Here's Tammy Lowe. Use my credit in this for one last box of Final Fantasy. Here it is. There we go. So, if there is a heaven, which we don't know if there is, but if there is an afterlife, you don't take your physical brain with you, do you? So that at least is staying and going into the ground and turning into bug food. And we know that all your memories, all your personality, everything about you was stored in that brain. Here it is. So when that thing's gone, we don't know what remains. In order to believe in a soul, you almost have to believe you have a secondary brain, like a soul brain or something. And so there's doctors who work on brains all day long. People who get serious brain injuries, people who take brain damage, people who have like brain diseases, and they know you disappear when that brain gets damaged, right? Like dementia and all that. They know you're disappearing very rapidly. So we have no proof of a secondary spiritual brain. We have no proof of a soul brain. So it's very likely, even if there is an afterworld, an afterlife, you're not you anymore unless you had like this secondary, invisible metaphysical brain. And how does that work? Does it have neurons? Because it increasingly just sounds like a children's story fairy tale that you'll be you with your same thoughts and memories and all this other stuff that was done by your mechanical brain while you were alive in a human body. And then you die and you're still you and everything's the same. You haven't lost any of your memories. How's that working? you know, like from a physical point of view, from a biological point of view, the brain kind of explains itself really well. You're like, here's the brain, here's the folds in the brain that store memory. So you look at it and you go, oh, this is all real. That's how this works. And then the idea that you die and all that goes with you is like, all right, why is that true? Because it sounds a lot like wishful thinking. Like, I would like to still be me when I die, especially if there's an afterlife. So most likely when you die, nothing happens. You're just gone. One of the most common questions people ask is, what do you remember before being born? What do you remember? Anything? No, you don't. You don't remember a single thing. I don't either. No one remembers anything from before they're born because there is no secondary brain. There is no spirit brain. Doesn't exist. Is you didn't exist in this universe for probably maybe infinite years, and then one moment, one glimpse, one spark, one ember in time you existed, and you're most likely an organism. You're a self-aware organism, but you're this organism, and you really don't want to die because you've been coded not to die. Your DNA tells you you don't want to die, and then you die. Not exactly a happy ending, is it? But that actually is in a consistent point of view of the world. Very few animals die in a great way. It's just not how it is. You know, actually, it's more like a competition to devour energy, right? That's what we all do. Like, I eat chickens, I eat animals, and I eat plants too. So we devour energy, and then we die, and then something devours us. So that's more likely what's going on. And the world keeps spinning, and some of that energy is constantly lost, and the universe falls away from itself. The sun eventually runs out of energy, and it dies. It turns into a dead sun, and so that appears to be what's really going on. Here's Summoner. Ooh. What if you're schizophrenic? Do all those voices in your head have a soul? They do. Here's Yuffie. Looks up near-death experience. You don't need to have a brain. You don't need a brain to have consciousness. Here's Musician. Well, you said the key word, didn't you? You said near death, meaning they weren't dead and their brain was still functioning, even if it maybe stopped momentarily. But you don't record that moment in time where your brain stops. You just blink your eyes awake and you're like, oh, I'm still alive. And then your brain has some memories for you to kind of go over and be concerned about. I almost died, guys. There is an afterlife. Whoa. What a wonderful conclusion. But you're not dead, so you don't actually know. You know what I mean? Like, it's interesting for you to say that, but you're not dead. You're an alive person. I think of this as a computer. My hard drive might die, my brain, but we're backed up to the cloud. Our soul, hee hee. I do believe in Jesus. Yeah, and it's very common to believe in a religion. Most humans believed in a religion. Like, we had Zeus back in the day. Nobody believes in Zeus anymore. A lot of people don't understand the gravity of that. Like, there was this time where everyone really believed in that guy, and now they just don't. They don't believe in him anymore. So, it would be very nice to sort of pass away and to go into this wonderful afterlife, Valhalla or some crazy crap like that, with the All Father Odin. It'd be great to sort of pass away and there's this great afterlife where justice is served out so that the people who were good are treated with wealth or whatever it would be, and the bad guys are sent to hell. And all injustices are corrected, and we're all living peacefully and happily and perfectly. Sounds an awful lot like wishful thinking, which maybe it's not. Maybe it's real. Maybe it all happens. But what's really interesting is every society comes up with a religion, meaning that a religion is a human behavior. Humans come up with religions. We're religion making animals. We're animals that make religions, right? There's quite a lot of them. Like the Japanese had Shintoism, Buddhism, Hinduism. You've got the religion, the desert religions from the Middle East. That would be three desert religions: Judaism, then I think Christianity, and then Islam came much later, right? And you got like Mormonism, Calvinism. So humans just kind of come up with this stuff. You got to admit somebody's just coming up with it, and that is not real. Somebody's religion's purely made up, right? And so humans are this religion making animal. That's what we are. Here's pain, and we do it because we have to explain where we came from, and we have to explain where are we going. Where do we come from, and where are we going? Is very important questions for the human race. It helps you deal with loss. It helps you deal with fear and anxiety. Like, where do I go when I die? Humans are full of anxiety. We're full of fear. Death is painful and scary. Non-existence goes against our DNA. We don't want to not exist. So, we have to explain all these things really well. And so every society, including ancient ones like Mesopotamia and all these other things, they came up with religions. The sun god. Oh, we got to stab the heart of our enemy and eat it or something. There's, everybody, even like the most barbaric cultures had some form of religious worship. Look at Ridya. Ooh, some religions were more viral than others. Okay, very nice. Another doo-doo. Another doo-doo. We're sold out of Final Fantasy. It's sold out once again. I'm going to go say coming soon. I should just order 2 cases of this time. So we're going to say over here, coming soon. We're going to hit save on that. Do you believe Jesus was real or a fallacy? I mean, it's possible he was real. It sounds like a lot of people witnessed him or something like that. We are. Here's Kip F. You know, like, was Moses real? Maybe. Was Muhammad real? Maybe. They sound like they were probably real. Does that mean Muhammad was, the prophet? Does it mean Moses was coming down the mountain with 2 tablets straight from God? Did Jesus really walk on water and then ascend into heaven? Some pretty incredible claims. Conveniently, they occurred before cell phones and video recording existed, so it's very easy to make those claims. Thank you, Miss Tammy. All right. Religion's a really interesting, fascinating subject. Humans are very religious. Huh? That's mine. What? Tammy, Tammy, you can't tell me you actually want your cards. Sorry, Tammy. You know what I did, Tammy? I put yours and Kip's boxes right next to each other. Why did I do that? That was such a stupid move. We go. All right. I was actually cleaning up that area. And I said, Tammy and Kip, we put them right next to each other. And you guys are buying the same product. All right, here you go. Sorry about that, Tammy. No, you're right. All right, Ridya, Guy, Luis, and Jack Garland. I'll put you on the giveaway, okay, Tammy, since I stressed you out. Here we go. All right. Tammy's just going to have to go on the giveaway tonight. What do you guys think? You think she should go on the giveaway? Get us to 40 likes, everybody. Get us to 40 likes. There we go. All right. Very nice. We'll put this over here. So that is all done. And I believe we have no fresh orders in the queue, or we're ready for fresh orders. My religion calls for ritual drilling of all Gold Star Charizards. Ah, yes. The sacrifice must be made. No, but that was like a thing. Like people would like sacrifice goats because they thought the gods would favor them. Sometimes there would be human sacrifice. Always sacrifice. What's up with that? But Jesus was a sacrifice. All the Christians think that that's totally normal and chill. He was a human sacrifice, like so they would cut the little lambs by the throat, the blood would go down into an altar or something like that. So Jesus is very old school, man. It's like, yeah, we need to kill this guy. He's the sacrificial lamb. Those are some old school ideas, man. And it works. People buy into it. They say, hey, that's pretty cool. They go, hey, that probably happened. That's for real, bro. So we're still into those ideas. They haven't necessarily gone away. And it's a fascinating thing to think about or talk about. All right. There we go. Ooh, Latios. Latios, huh? Very good. Louis C.K. has a really good bit about God. Yeah, comedians are often picking apart religious ideas in general, especially really irreverent ones. Louis C.K. sometimes. You've got Ricky Gervais, and then what's another one? Bill Maher. Bill Maher. Oh, it's Bill Maher. He's another comedian. He even has a movie he put out where he talks about the subject. And yeah, so George Carlin, he's another one. He picks it apart. So a lot of comedians have picked apart religion because it's so easy to do it. Ooh. Oh, that's a nice card. All right. So where are we at? Let me show the breaks off to you guys. We are the Pokemon Breaks channel. We got a lot of breaks. Here's Bubble Mew. He's got a long way to go. I know he'd probably, if he had 28 people in here, 27 people, he'd be going off tonight. So people like to buy in when it's late, not when it's early. Here's Vaporeon, which is a 1 in 6. Now, this is from Unseen Forces. That's from the Gold Star era. Look at the timing on it, 2005. This comes from from Unseen Forces. Really beautiful card. You probably didn't even know this existed. And this is a Tag 9. They are a harsh grader, so I'm confident in that grade. We also have this Tag 9 Eevee Vending series. Now, this is a trade slab. So if you would like to trade some of your cards out of your bag or out of your box to get a spot in this Eevee for 20 bucks, you totally can. This card's a pretty expensive card, and it's just an experiment to see if maybe putting up a more expensive slab triggers more trades. We did that in the daytime stream to great success. Great success. Here's the Blaze It Oddish. So we were talking a little bit about weed. Notice it's signed 4/20/26, and there's my signature. I don't always hand out my signature, so that's a little fun. He's got doobie, he's got sunglasses on, so he's blazing it. And this is a $25 break. It's a 1 in 6 odds. We need 4 more people for it to go off. 25 bucks, guys. So that's the Blaze It oddish. We have a second oddish. This is the 420 oddish, same deal. 4/20/26 signed. We do this every year, and these oddishes always sell. So we got this guy. It's a Yukimori. This one's a little more expensive. He's from Hidden Legends, very similar to that of Vaporeon. He's from the Gold Star time period. Everybody wants cards from the Gold Star time period. Look at how the Gold Star cards performed. Most recently, I sold some cards from this time period for like $200 each. Now, of course, this one's a little more desirable in my opinion because it's actually a Yukimori artwork and because it's our fun event. So I think those two things combined are really nice. But it is a nice 10 with the cert being a later cert. That's another key. So here is the second chance slab. For people with a lot of bad luck, you get a chance at this Meganium. That's the bounty. You have to actually pull super bad to get into the second chance bounty. Here's the Shining Tyranitar. He's a $40 break. $400 if you want to buy straight into the break. $40 gets you the sublist break. So he's a big deal. He's probably underpriced. You guys consider that? Look at this. So this is 4,800. He's probably more than 4,800 already. I mean, the Pokemon market's just crazy right now. So that's a really fun break. And then this is about halfway done, and this is more than halfway done. There's only 4 spots left on the Fates Collide. I'd love to see this end tonight so we can see what comes out of here. What kind of set is Fates Collide? If you're not familiar with it, it is an Umbreon set. There's like 3 different Umbreons you can pull, and one of them comes off of a golden card. So nice. So big Umbreon set, Fates Collide. Those are most of the breaks. We actually have more. We have so many breaks because this is a breaks channel. You can actually just grab a slab off the table and say, hey, turn that into a gem break. That's a 2-person break. So I take the price and I cut it in half. But of course, we have the binder break. You guys have seen that. We have 2 people now in the jumbo pack break. So 2 more people for $40 jumping in here, and this will go off tonight. So this one's really close, actually. Jumbo pack break, super popular. It's just a whole bunch of booster packs, 1 in 4 odds. You get the whole pile of them. And then some box breaks. Take a look at this real fast. The Nintendo game packs. This gives you a chance for this whole box, which you can either have me send it home, or you can sell it back to me potentially, or you can have me open the whole thing live. I'd really like to open it live. That's why we turned it into a break. In addition, we have this one as well. Here it is. So this is Destined Rivals, $40, 1 in 20. Pull out a big Rocket's Mewtwo out of here. Ooh. So this is Rocket's Mewtwo, and that's the kind of set that I would anticipate it just going up and up and up and up over time. So we're enjoying it right now, 41 and 20. But what's it going to look like in 2 years? Maybe 41 and 30, maybe 41 and 40. So we don't know what that'll look like in even a few years. It could get exceptionally expensive, especially when you think about how hot the market is. I think they're mostly done printing it because they have so many other sets that they need to print. So I don't think the Destined Rival is going to receive too many more reprints at this point. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. My God has a bigger Charizard than your God. No! Let's see, Mr. Can you look through my bag for a trade into the break? Mr. Raphael, right? Yeah, I'm sure you have enough. Just depends on what you'd like to give up. So Raphael would like to do a trade into that trade break. So you got some of these Chinese hollows, obviously. Some of these Gengars, this Alakazam. You've got this Jigglypuff and some hollows. So this was from today. Now, I need to recuperate at least $20 from the trade. All right. So those are tradable. You got this bag too. A lot of hollows right here. Okay. Now let's take a look through your bag, see what's going on here. You ready? Set this here. You got Ninja Turtles from Magic the Gathering. So you got some of these full arts, Leatherhead, metallic gimmicks. So I don't know how many of these um, Magic the Gathering cards you're interested in giving up either. Here's this. Here's some more Chinese hollows, China. Here's Val Plume. I like the Val Plume. He's kind of cute. Here's some more of these hollows. A lot of Chinese hollows. We could actually probably put them in their own bag. Are you ready? So you got Raph, Foot Soldiers. I probably would accept a trade. Oh, look at this. I probably would accept a trade on the Ninja Turtles. I just am not very good at them, so I don't know how to judge them. I don't know how to say, okay, this is $20 worth. All right. Grab all this. Did the Bubble Mew drop down in price? I wouldn't say he dropped down. Bubble Mew, he's expensive, man. Anybody know who won the break giveaway? It was Mike's Side actually won it. Yeah, Mike's Side. It is. Mike's Side made it into the break. So some of these could probably be traded in. It is. Some of these probably. I could probably take your chunk of hollows too if you don't want them. Something like this. I'd probably consider. I like these shiny ones right here, and I like the Gengars. It is. So I like these shinies and the Gengars. And my bet is if you went to go buy these on the internet, they're probably just a couple bucks each. So I'd probably take these and give you a spot in the Eevee. Those are my thoughts. Take them. All right. Are you? Oh wait. Are you agreeing to this trade or the hollows? I'm gonna go ahead and put these in here. That's copy and paste from the Google AI. Unlike mythological figures, Jesus is recognized by mainstream historians. We are. All right. We'll put this over here. Yeah, like I said, like we know that John Smith from Mormonism, he was a real dude, right? He had like 30 wives and all that, right? So I don't really. That's not really a subject of contention. It doesn't mean like John Smith had the right religion, does it? Just because he existed. You ever seen how many people claim to be Jesus nowadays? It's a lot of people actually. Unfortunately, in our society, we can't just have a conversation without people getting offended. That's just how it is. But you can always come here to the Card Economist stream and have that interesting conversation. Whatever you think is fair. All right, that's what we're gonna do. Let me take these out of their sleeves. All right, the sleeves be gone. Okay, put that there. Grab this. I just watched a video yesterday. Shines have blown through the roof. Law, if you look at TCG Player, most of them are $20 now. Okay, placing this here. I appreciate the safe space you created to talk about various topics. I like talking. So, like, that's what you would do in college is you would actually talk to each other and have interesting conversations, like debates, intellectual thought. And it's supposed to be that way because that's what makes you smart. The ability to talk it makes you smart. So you want to be smart, you want to be well read, you want to be like, hey, I know how to argue these ideas. And you could give your own bet because ultimately all ideas are just a bet. You can give your own bet about how it works. You can say, well, I think it works this way. I think it works that way. I'm betting it works this way because of blah, blah, blah. All right, here we go. Okay. So you ready? So we're going to say Rafael Gonzalez. You're in. Okay. I don't think you've done your actual research enough on everything overall. You have an opinion, and that's cool. Here we are. All right. Very nice. There's Eevee. All right. Very cool. Thanks, Mr. Please. Pleasure doing business. Thank you. I love doing business. We're going to do some business over here. Let's rotate some of these slabs. All right. So here's a Zacian for $40. Look at that. Cool. Thievul. Nice. Another Slowpoke. Ooh, Hedgehog tag 10. And I like this. Look at that Super Mario Brothers for $60. I like that too, man. That's cool, man. We got room for that? We got room for that. I'm putting that up in the Poke Shuffle. I love these Mario cards. All right, let's see. All right. So we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Mario's going up there. 5 of spades. Okay. So we're going to say 5 of spades. Mario. Stages. And we're going to say this is P10. There it goes. Mr. S, that voice that you would hear on Kindle or whatever the app is that reads the book to you. You're right. All right, we'll put this up here. I don't know about that. All right. We got no orders in the queue on this fine Tuesday night. Are you guys wondering what to purchase? Well, we're out of Dreamlike Ocean, so I can't. Wait a second. We got a little bit of Dreamlike Oceans. Hold on, Kip and Tammy. Kip and Tammy, I forgot about this. We got a little bit left. I forgot about these. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Is that it? 12? We got 12 packs over here. I can't promise anything with them. I don't remember if the hit's still in there or not. But there's 12 final packs of Dreamlike Ocean to anyone who wants to buy them. All right. That's been selling tonight, hasn't it? Also, we got this wonderful giveaway. This is the Sarah giveaway. And once we hit 40 likes, we're going to start giving that away. Yu-Gi-Oh's worth a try. Nice cards. Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh's cool, man. If Tammy doesn't want them, I'll try them. All right. Okay, so check it out. We've got this is the new set on the menu, Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity Collection V. We also have this incredibly popular because it's so cheap, Pokemon 151 Surprise. All right. Riftbound, Ninja Turtles. We saw a little bit of this tonight. This is real popular. Magic Ninja Turtles. Nikkei Precious. We saw a little bit of that in the daytime stream. Perfect Orders, the new set. We did sell a decent chunk of Perfect Order. Here's Diagon Alley. This is the Harry Potter vintage card set. It's printed by WotC, and I don't know. We got a new Harry Potter coming out, so why not? Here's Nikkei first edition. It's a 100% fresh case. OP15 Naruto, not Naruto, One Piece did not sell very well, and this is Naruto. All right, there we go. So I've gotten it all out. I sent. Tammy sent. All right. Tammy. No promises, Tammy. I don't know what's in there. Hopefully good stuff. Marion says, hi, all. Hi, mister. How's everybody doing? We're doing pretty well. So tonight, if only I had had more Dreamlike Ocean, I might be opening more cards, but I did not buy enough of it, apparently. Shows you a very important job that I have of making sure I got enough of that stuff. All right, so we have an order from... Oh, actually, wait a second. It looks like we might have an order from Mr. Shoot, how do I say your name? I wish that... So when you send an order, I wish it would tell me your name. Hold on. What was the bag you just showed off? That was sort of like the bag of products I want you guys to consider opening. Give me a moment here. So your name is, I'm still learning your name. You're a new guy. Mark Kaplan. Mark Kaplan. So when you place an order on the website, it will be helpful if you mention that. So he wants a live custom and 3 Pokey Shuffles. Mark Kaplan. Okay, here goes. Mr. Mark, this is Mark's turn. I didn't notice you made this order, Mark. I don't know why it didn't show up at first. I guess I had to refresh. Usually I get an email that says you made this order, but it didn't give me the email this time. Did you remove it from the menu? I did not because I just ordered more of it, and I'll just tell people it's sold out. But so the website doesn't say that it's sold out. However, the extended menu does say it's sold out. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There it is. This is for you, Mr. Mark. Ta-da! 3 cold ones, Mark. No! All right. Welcome to the Pokey Shuffles. This is right now probably the most sold thing on the channel. We sell tons of Pokey Shuffles. Now here's the live customs. They give you a shot at a big slab. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3. He ordered one of these as well. Here it is. Boop. 1 live custom. Ready for it? You got a cute little Psyduck. You want me to put him in your bag? 1 cold live custom. I'm sorry, Mark. Yeah, these can be pretty tough too if you don't get lucky. Let's see. We put your bag in here. That's Mark Kaplan. Mark, tough round, Mark. Let me toss you in here, Mark. Mark, you're new. Let me put you into the giveaway tonight. You're a new guy. You place a first time order, I'm gonna put you in the giveaway by default. All right. Mark, when cold on his first buy, you got to hook him up with the consolation prize. I know. Here we go. We're putting him into this giveaway. Let's see. So that was Mark's turn. Now we have an order from Mr. Hawk Camacho. He says he wants 1 live costume booster. Let's see what we got. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, and 4. That's for Mr. Hawk. Good luck, Mr. Hawk. What we got? 1 cold live custom. I'm sorry, Mr. Hawk. That's rough. How can I get into the giveaway? Step number 1, get us to 40 likes. Step number 2, you're going to type in the keyword Sarah once we get 40 likes. All right, let me delete this. I'm hitting refresh. I'm coming over here and hit refresh. We haven't had any Zelle orders in a while, I noticed. Excuse me. I'll change on website. Here's Tammy Lowe. She says, I'll take the risk for the Final Fantasy. Good luck. We have a lot of other Final Fantasy sets, by the way, guys. Take a look at that if you want. Ooh. Ready? Ah, rip. Yeah, I'm sorry. Those sets can be tough. One. You see those legendary jackpot pulls coming out of the live customs and out of the Poke Shuffles. It's like, dang, dude. I could just do that. Here's a snip. All right. And here is a final snip. Okay. Let's see if this is bust or if it's a hit. Could be bust. Ready? Oh, that's really good. Lightning. Wow. Cool, man. Looks like it has kind of a signature on it, whatever that is. Look at that. That's a hit, right, Tammy? Tell me it's a hit. What's the hit on the Final Fantasy cards? Here's Princess Sarah. Princess Sarah Dusenberry. That's Sarah Dusenberry. Here's Rogue Tomato. Cloud. Here we have Garnet. Kane. Here we have Vane and Yuna. Here's Sarah Brynhilder. The gang's half here. Who do you think's missing? Here's Brynhilder and Cecil. Here's Prish and Ridya. Here's Gilgamesh, Balthier. It's 40 for lightning. That's not bad. Here's Furion. I mean, because if you think about it, you were taking a shot at a better hit when you were going after it. So getting 40 backs, that's not bad. Plus, if the lightning, which is packed fresh, grades 10, that might be paying off everything. All right, there we go. A little lightning. Good. Good, Anakin. All right. Grabbing all of this. Grabbing all of these. Do you still have time to play any video games? Not really. That's the answer. I mean, first of all, one of the problems is what game do I play? Karis is currently, she's playing that new Resident Evil. And I'm really surprised at the graphics, by the way. Graphics are insanely good these days. So they did really well on the graphics. But, you know, it's just, I'm waiting for them to invent like some new game or something. There needs to be like a game that just takes the world by storm. Look at that, Tammy. Pretty nice, huh? All right, Tammy's Lightning. The hit is the Yuna signature. Yeah, give me that Yuna signature, baby. All right. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday. This is the Tuesday nighttime stream. Tossing this over here. All right. So Joseph Smith says one Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity. You got it. One Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity. Dooby dooby doo. Where'd I keep those? Over here. Haha. All right. Ooh. Good luck. Joseph Smith. Need an open world Pokemon game. How late do you stream? Well, we usually stop around 4 a.m. We are. 4 a.m. It's kind of the cutoff time. I don't like to go past it. Dimension Shifter. Special schedule. Call of the Haunted. So these are like those new full arts or something that they invented some time ago. Guess it's not that new anymore, actually. It's not that new anymore. There was a point where those didn't exist. Thank you, Mr. Joseph. What a lot of fun. Okay. Meow, 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 meow. You were heavy into Monster Hunter. Yeah. Well, I was like a top 5 or top 10 Monster Hunter content maker when Monster Hunter World was out. If you see my other YouTube channel, it has 130,000 people, and I grew that in like a year. It took like no time at all. That was the Game Economist. My that was my original YouTube channel. I made this YouTube channel as a side channel to open up some Pokemon cards, and it spiraled into this much bigger thing than the Monster Hunter channel. It's kind of sad though. When I recognized it was growing, I should have swapped back to the main channel and just built my audience from there. Because if I'd done that, right now I'd probably have like 250,000 subscribers or something like that, or 200,000, whatever the number would be. So the fact that I split into a second YouTube channel was kind of unfortunate. It makes me sad, because I feel like I've lost the other one. Sort of, it's kind of a dead channel now. All right, so let's see. It's definitely a dead channel. I just never post over there. Here's Mr. Adrian. He says, two of the new Yu-Gi-Ohs. All right, here you go. Let's see. Joseph Smith here. Wow, 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 wow. Does it make me famous if I just found out my ex-girlfriend is seen in the new Battlefield video? What? Your ex-girlfriend? There it is. Updated website to add Yu-Gi-Oh pics. Oh, thanks, Timmy. Here we go. Yo, I can't wait to get paid for my second job. I just end up dumping it into Pokemon. Yeah. Yeah, what we got? Pokemon cards are pretty addicting. Okay. Albion, the Shrouded Dragon. Oh, you've got Tour Guide from the Underworld. Okay. That's a Starlight Rare? It is? I can't remember. X, ew. How many of you guys have a bad ex? Does anyone here have a nasty ex? I want to know who had their heart broken. Xadrian, did you say you have a bag? Xadrian, let's try to find your bag. So you would probably be over here. I gotta move these out of the way. Why are these here? I have all these booster pack slabs. I think I was thinking about selling them, but I don't know. I don't know what to do with them. Maybe I should just crack them. Maybe I should just crack them and do a host like a break on them or something. Here's a Will Sharp. Hey, hey, we do have Xadrian Adorno from 425. That says baggie number 2, in fact. So you got some old stuff over here. Luckily, I never stole it. Your bag is officially 1 year old. You might want to ship it out, or yeah, your bags are taking up a lot of space and they're officially a year old. So here's what we got to do, Xadrian. You can pay $5 and I'll rewrite their dates to today's date, 426. Or you can ship them out for $9. But we should do that so that we don't have like infinitely expanding boxes because we can't afford to do that. But look at this. You got this Naruto, huh? So you were here not too long ago. It's just that these bags have been here a long time. Here we are. Mr. Xadrian. You are. It's not the end of the world if you don't, but I probably recommend it. Run breaks on the slabbed packs. My nasty ex became my wife. What? For real? Okay, I'm gonna leave that as a mark to kind of warn myself. Had an ex who was obsessive after the breakup and kept asking my friends to pass messages to me. My friends are the best and completely ignored him. Crazy, bro. Tell her this. Tell her that. I still love her. All right, Mr. Adrian's going to try a round of shipping. Have we shipped you before? Let's see if we've shipped you before. I don't think we've shipped you before. So here's what you need to do. Send me an email right here to TheCardconomist@gmail.com. And you've already paid for the shipping now, so we're all good on that. You just send me an email there with your address, and I'll make the label for you. Why don't I reset the shipping software? He kept telling them I miss talking to her. Thank God my friends just block him out. Thank heavens. Let's see. Closing this, opening this back up. I have to get some sleep for work. Good night, y'all. Have a nice night, Mr. Tonkatutsi. All right, there we go. I know this is probably going to sound a little psycho, but sometimes I like when my exes are still obsessed with me when it was their fault that we broke up. I don't think that's psycho. It gives you a sense of superiority. Gives you a sense of superiority and power. That's not psycho. It just, it tells you that humans operate. I have a bug bite on my arm. That's why my arm's itchy. I have a bug bite. I've been bit by a mosquito. Oh my God, there's a mosquito in my home. God, that makes me mad. The hell? My arm's all itchy, and it's a bug bite. That's so annoying. Oh God, dude, mosquitoes are the worst. All right. Anyways, now I'm paranoid that it's in the room somewhere. Man, I need to like design the room so bugs cannot get in any way at all. Insects invading the card room. Yeah, that's ridiculous, dude. Freaking mosquitoes. I hate mosquitoes. It's so gross. I feel violated when a bug bites me. It's like, hey, this is my body. All right, shipping info. Thank you so much. He just got the shipping info in. I have about 3 to 4 slabs, he says. All right, very good. This is good to do, Mr. Exadrian. You know why? Because it gets those slabs out of here too. And you don't want those hanging around too long, being like really old. Because I check the slab boxes too, and I don't always remember like what's going on between the slabs and the bags. They're a little disconnected from each other. So you got the 2 bags. I'm gonna put it down as 1 pound actually. Okay, so okay, that's all ready to go. We're accepting a change on this. Okay. So it's choosing the price of it. Yeah, you don't want to have slabs that are too old because sometimes I'll look into your bag and I'll be like, oh, this guy bought some stuff recently. But when you have a slab and the slab's a year old, the slab might not work that way. There we go. Okay, and then let's grab these 2 bags down here. So this is a good practice to get rid of these. Now we can start your fresh bag too, okay? And you can still add stuff to these bags before they go out. They won't go out, well, you probably till the end of tonight. So you got till the end of tonight. There we go. Mister's not into biting. I'm not into bug bites. Ugh, ticks and mosquitoes they're a plague basically. Aren't they? Think about all the people that died of like malaria because of the mosquitoes. Like the deadliest thing on earth. I hate it, dude. If scientists found a way to eradicate all mosquitoes and all ticks, which by the way, now the ticks are handing out alpha gal. You guys heard about that? It makes you allergic to eating meat. Think about that. You can't eat meat if you get bit by a tick. How insane. But Lyme disease wasn't good for you either. So you got Lyme disease and alpha gal from ticks, and then malaria from mosquitoes. And it's like, bro, these are like virus handing, nasty ass, bite your ass uh, parasites. They're basically parasites, and they got to go, man. We got to eradicate them. I hate it, dude. Hate them. People always say, well, if you kill the mosquitoes, the bats will die out. And if the bats die out, we won't get the bat poop or something like that. I'm like, let it happen. Just let it happen. Let it happen. Let it collapse. Let's see what happens. We'll figure it out. I'm ready for these things to be eradicated. Some animal species don't need to exist. I would put ticks really high up there, and then I'd put mosquitoes high up there too. All right, let's see what we got. I think we are out of orders, but we're not out of stream time. Send in an order if you guys want to have more fun tonight. No, wait, here we have a Mr. Mark order. So weird, I'm not getting emails when you place an order. Usually I get an email. All right, so Mr. Mark ordered 9 minutes ago, and he says he'll try. Thanks for explaining what to do on the stream. Let's run it back with one more try there. I appreciate the give you entry. No problem, man. 3 pokey shuffles and 1 live custom. All right, here goes Mr. Mark. Good luck. He's going in to the pokey shuffles. Okay. Sent the email. Thank you so much, Mr. Nintixo. 1, 2, 3. And a 1, 2, 3. All right, let's see if we get lucky on 3 pulls. No, still not lucky. Almost makes more sense to have purchased 10 of them in a row. You know why? Because you get that bonus one, right? So everyone knows that. The rule is buy 10, get 1 free with these. It is, but you got to buy them in a row for that to work. Now, here's the live customs. Maybe luck in the live customs. Let's find out. But I feel bad for you if you don't get this. 1, 2, 3, and a 4. There we go. Ready? Oh, yes. There we go. Palkia T 7.5. Well, that has to be, yes, Diamond Pearl. That has to be a rare vintage card. All right. I was feeling bad for you. Now I don't feel bad for you. You're doing fine, fine, fine. You're doing A-okay. Palkia. Oh, I know this guy. Here he is. $210. Wow, dude. Now, what are we doing with this guy? Are we re-rolling him or are we keeping him? That's Palkia level X, and I believe he's a Black Star promo. Yeah, he is. He's a Black Star promo. You can see he just was printed with the little off centering. Not bad. I'm pretty sure you spent less than $200 tonight. So this was valued around 200. You can keep it or you can re-roll it. Now, if you re-roll it, you lose 90% on the re-roll. It's supposed to be about 90. So what we do is we just remove 25 from there. So he probably went in for about 200 and your re-roll would be for 175. We need 5 more likes if you want the giveaway to go. Oh, I don't know if he can talk. I don't know if he's talked before. Yu-Gi-Oh! Packs can be purchased one at a time. That's right, Mr. Tex Hits. That's right. Is there any reason why we wouldn't do it that way? I have had one that stabbed me in the leg with a fork that I still have the scars, and she hit me with her card twice. She stabbed you in the leg with a fork. What? That sounds crazy, bro. Let's keep them. All right. Very good. So here's Mr. Mark Kaplan. Okay. So now this is yours. Now you should know this does not automatically ship. If you want this to ship out, everybody does the same strategy. It's we have 2 shippings. We got a flat rate for the USA and then a calculated rate for international. So if you're in the USA, it's $9 to ship all your stuff out. We don't ship until you buy that. So you can come back tomorrow and keep getting more stuff, or you can come back next week or 2 weeks from now or a month from now. The rule is you get to keep your stuff over here for up to 1 year, okay? So that's how that works officially. And you are a happy boy now. You got a really good pull. That was super awesome. Let's see what's next. Yeah, just let you know that. I'll let everybody know that when they're placing their first order. Let's see. Who doesn't like a short wait time, huh? Here's Mr. Raphael. Oops. Raphael, man. No minimum as far as I know. Thought there was a minimum dollar to order. I think back in the day we had like a $7 minimum order. That Yu-Gi-Oh pack is $7.50. But that has not really been a problem lately. Here's Raphael. He wants 10 Poke Shuffles and 1 live custom. People just love these Poke Shuffles. Let's give it a try. Sounds good. Thanks for the heads up. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's the bonus card. Sometimes the bonus card is actually the hit. So that's a really significant thing to notice. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Look at that. Just like I said, spot number 11 was actually a hit. Wow. It's a big deal, actually. That's a big deal. So you got Crulia and Mega Deontay coming out. Let's see what we're doing with those. Now, this box, do you guys know how full this box is? Look at this. Do you see how full that is? It's basically as full as it can be. There's like, you could maybe squeeze 1 more slab in there, maybe. If the queue is clear, mister, it might be a good time to show off the breaks. True. Although we just did that. We did just show them off. Ah, here they are, actually. Boop, found them. They're right in the front of the box. All right, now the re-roll on this guy would be 40. The re-roll on that guy would be 35. You are up, though. You're up. So this is Mega Deontay MA from the new set, Mega Dream, and Shiny Crulia from Hidden Fates. This from Hidden Fates? Damn, that's old. Okay. Oh, man, I got a drink. How is that Umbreon still there? The one on the right, is he underpriced? I don't think he is, right? Let me go look real fast. Because a 10 Umbreon. Let's see, Umbreon 093, Japanese. Let's just see what pops up here. This is highest price. We want lowest price. Let's keep them both. All right, sounds good. Probably a clever move there because a lot of people re-roll and sometimes the re-roll gets them. All right, let's see. However, some of the best returns we've seen in the box have come from re-rolls as well. So it's kind of like a risk-reward thing. It's fun to get a hit and Scary to reroll sometimes. All right, it looks like this guy should be 40 and ours is 36. So he is a little underpriced. Tossing those. Now you're not done. You need a live costume. Let's see, right? Let's see. We're jumping back in. One live costume. Here it is. Live customs. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1. Can you explain the reroll to me? Rerolling is when you take 90% of the value of the card and use that to buy more spots in the box, but the cards go back into the box. So it's literally what the name suggests, re-rolling. You're retrying, you're putting them back in and you're trying for different cards. But that comes with the added risk of only getting to re-roll with 90% of their value. Right? So you lose some of the value. And sometimes it's a little more than 90. It just depends because the way we do it is like anything over $50, you lose $10 of value. Anything under $50, you lose $5 of value. So we do it like that just to make the math easy. So this Umbreon, he is kind of cute. Let's put him up into the Poke Shuffles. How long for shipping when I purchase? We ship twice per week. Monday and Friday are the shipping days. So if you ordered shipping on Sunday or Monday, your stuff probably would have gone out right away. But if you order shipping today on Tuesday, you're going to have to wait all the way to Friday before it actually goes out. And that assumes that the mailman picks it up. That assumes Miss Alexis doesn't have an issue. She's the one who does the shipping. It assumes she doesn't have an issue. So that's how it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We used to do shipping 3 times a week, but we've condensed it down into 2 days a week, and it actually works. You don't have to do it 3 times a week. You just have more to do on the 2 days that you do ship. T10. She seems to like it that way. It is. All right. Okay. Up into the box it goes. That's how that's filled, by the way. We just pull a slab down. All right, let's jump over here. We're on order, we were on order 2605. Now we're on order number 2608. Mr. Hawk, he says 10 shuffles and 2 lives. Oh my gosh, you got it, man. 10 shuffles, 2 lives. Good luck. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. That's probably the most popular amount to purchase is 10 of them for that free card. It just makes sense. A lot of people want that free card. Boop. Oh my God, dude. That's a brutal. All right, Mr. Hawk, you got a brutal round there. And this does happen, everybody. If you notice, he's ordered 10 of them, and the whole round is actually cold. That's really rough. That also means that in the box, in here, probably, there's a hit right around here going on. So that's going to show up in the box now. Some of the cold ones have been swept out of there. So that happens. Now, whether the box is loaded with hits or loaded with cold pulls, doesn't matter. You always have a chance to pull something because they're just randomly pulled out of there. But obviously, the box now is slightly hotter than it was 2 seconds ago. I'm sorry, Mr. Hawk. Let's see if we do better in the live customs. I'm scared for you because you can miss in the live customs too. So let's see. 1, 2. Let's see what happens here. Oh, it's terrible. All right, Mr. Hawk's officially having a tough night. Prayers for Mr. Hawk. Now, Hawk, when you have a round this bad, when you get this unlucky, we put you into what's called the second chance bounty. The second chance bounty is almost like a break, but it's a break that finishes when the month is over, and it's for a $100 card. So you got a spot in there, and you can only get in there by having pretty bad luck. So if you have real bad luck, you get in there. Here it is. The second chance bounty will be this guy right here. And now you might pull this guy. And the only way you had a chance for this is just having really tough luck. All right. Now, the other thing I'll do for you, Mr. Hawk, I'll put you in here too, okay? All right. You're in here as well. That's pretty rough, man. That sucks. So you're in 2 bonus areas. You're in the second chance bounty, and it's almost like you bought a spot straight into the Sarah break. So you have a chance for that too. You know, if the Sarah giveaway was a break, you'd have to pay money to get into that. So you got a spot in there guaranteed because your round here was so miserable. I'm sorry, man. That's not a fun way to end the night. That's not a good feeling. I know that feeling. All right, so we're gonna hit refresh. I think I'm in there 3 times now. You got 3 in there? Oh my gosh. Here's Sarah Dewsbury, 2 live customs, 10 Poke Shuffles, and 5 OP13 Japanese packs. Okay, let's check out these OP13s. What do we got here? Look at this expensive Giratina, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 of these. Ready? Got a snip. Okay. Here's, this guy with his chest showing. Okay. A cold one. Oops. Here's these guys looking like a group. And we got a hollow. And we got a Goldie Roger. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Very nice. Okay. Tossing this away. And let me move this over. We're going to place these over here because I think you're going to donate those because you always do. And then we're going to grab your bag. Keep all of the One Piece cards. You got it. So we got Captain D. Roger. He shall go in here. We'll do something with these. Thank you, Miss Sarah. Now, Sarah, we got to get you 10 Poke Shuffles and 2 live customs. Good luck. We're having an issue, actually, where the Poke Shuffles box is almost completely filled. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, there's number 11. What do we got? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 1 right on in this round. Right on 9. Take a look at that. Right on these. Ugh. Damn, that's heavy. Okay, not in there. Here he is. So he's it's not a hot round. He was last put in there for 35, but he is valued at 45. What are we thinking here, Sarah? Reroll or keep it? Jada says, I sent you a message. Mr. Jada. Is this card still available? Don't want to send. It says consign, and who were we consigning it for? What is this again? It says, I believe that's a John Lucas card, so I suspect it's still here. I think that's a John Lucas card. Let's see. Re-roll. Okay, let me take care of Miss Sarah first, okay? Re-roll. All right. So what will actually happen here? I'm going to buy back the ride-on from the box. There it is. There we go. Your re-roll will be for 6 spots, of course. And so let's see what you get after that. Now, grab this. Good luck. Got bad news. I hate to hear that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Your reroll is for 6. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! That's going to be a cold reroll this time. I'm sorry. All right. Couple cold ones coming out of the box today, huh? Couple cold rounds. I think it's bound to happen. So there's Rhydon. He's on the table now. Jaded wanted to know if we have a certain signature card still for sale. Let me see if I can find that real fast, Jaded. These are the consignment cards. They're all for sale, by the way. Here is that's a signature, and this is a signature. So those are for sale. See that? Where did you see that get pulled? I wonder. Did that come out of the Waifu Shuffle, or was it like we were showing off the signature cards here? Here's a signature. Let's see. Some more signatures. These two guys. He gave us a lot of signatures. Like here's a Dragon Maid signature. Actually, I think that's just a no, that is a signature, isn't it? Yes, that is a signature. What do we got back here? Ah, there it is. And that's what? That's John Lucas. All right, John Lucas. Now that hasn't gone way up in value, has it? Because part of my job is to make sure that they get their full value for their cards. I don't really know Weiss cards very well, but you know, we haven't rotated this box in a while, so it might be my job to check it real fast. Maybe with a quick scan. It is. Is there a specific chase in the Poke Shuffle? The Poke Shuffle has a ton of cards that could probably be considered chase cards. It's just got a lot of stuff in it. I try to curate it to be you know, mix of good stuff and maybe, you know, mediocre stuff. It's a curated group. Bum, 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 bum. Let me check last sold at least, because I can see there's one from Japan that's actually $220, which is significantly more expensive than this one. Let me see what this is called, first of all. So this is called Tsundere Magical Girl Haruna. Is that it? Haruna SP? Okay, so we're going to say PSA 10, Weiss, Haruna SP. All right, there we have it. Let me rotate this down. So in order to make sure I do a good job on this, we can see that the cheapest one's right here for 160 plus $60. So that's 220 before taxes and before import fee. Let me check sold. We're going to sort by ended recently. So I can see that there's not any sold data on this card. So even though he has one up there for 220, there's no data claiming that it has sold for that much. So what I'd like to do, in my interest in making sure Mr. John Lucas gets the full value for his card, what I'd like to do is offer the card for sale for 160. So it's still available, but it's going to be slightly more expensive than the previous price. Is just make sure I do a good job for him because people trust me to take care of their slabs. The thing is, we haven't rotated that box in a while. The consignment cards, they haven't been rotated in a while. There it is. Right. Ooh, I wrote his name wrong, but I know who this is. So that's what we're doing there. So that's matching the Japanese price. But look, no eBay fee, no import fee, no the eBay taxes. I mean, no eBay taxes, no import fee, no shipping from Japan for $60. This is a great price compared to the cheapest buy now on eBay. So it's still pretty convincing. All right. I also have two live customs. Yeah, let's go finish Sarah's two live customs real fast. I wanted to answer that for Mr. Jaded because I'm really interested in getting that card sold. All right, come on, Sarah. Time to give her a big pull. Let's see what happens. Boom, boom. All right. What we got? We've got, oh, good things come to those who open live customs. The freaks come out at night. I'm happy to see all of you. Mister, it's now about time to buy a PSA 10 vintage. Well, what we can certainly say it's not a time to buy it cheap. Snorlax 10. Ooh. You're not going to get like a bear market deal right now. I think the question you have to ask yourself is where do you believe it's going to go from here? All right, here we go. You ready? So you have pulled this shiny Snorlax for 150. You can re-roll him for 125. Nope. Put that back up there. Yeah, I mean, obviously you're not going to get like 50% off last sold, and the prices have reached new record highs. So I wouldn't agree that it's necessarily a bad time to buy vintage. It's just that now you're buying them in a new time period where they cost a lot more, and it's just how it's going to be now. Now you're going to consider PSA 9 instead. Nice, Donozo. Time for an order. To the moon. All right, so Sarah, what are you thinking? He's a nice card. He's a shiny Snorlax. Reroll? Okay, you got it. Rerolling. Can you ask him if he feels comfortable selling at 130? Let me think about it for a second. I'll let him tell me if he wants to reduce the price. I think that's how we'll do it. So he'll set the price, and if basically what he has told me to do is to sell them as cheap at buy it now. So I've done that. So 160 is the correct price. As you can see, we've matched that one, but you got no eBay taxes, no import fees, which would be about 15%, by the way, and no Japanese shipping. So our card is offering a very great value. The 130 that you initially saw there, he didn't even set that. I set that. But that's with him and me having an agreement between each other that I will take care of him and make sure that that price is correct. So, if we wanted to be really rough, I would raise the price of that card to 220 plus taxes plus import fee. So the real price I could be asking for that card, because if I was really competing with that card, we would do 220 times 0.15. So the real price that I would offer you on it would be $253. So that's what I should actually post it for. I should post it at 253, but we're doing 160. So that is the discounted price, is 160. That's the discounted price. It's still really good. I mean, think about it as a signature. Think about how hard it would be to open that. I mean, you're not going to pull a signature once per box and have a grade 10. So it's already it's a pretty satisfying price. If you really think about it for a while, it's a pretty satisfying price. Okay, 1, 2. Here, let's get some of these guys in here. I like to mix them. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. So that's 150, right? 150. So 150 goes back in the box. Yeah, so the price we came up with was an agreement between each other that I would make sure he gets cheapest buy it now. There we go. Okay. Now this goes back up for 125 like that. See? So next time it gets pulled, it'll be a little cheaper. And let's see what we got here. So you're going to get a total of 5 cards pulled out of here now. You ready? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good luck. Probably going to pull something. We've got 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's nice. 4. Oh my God. Oh, thank heavens. That was very close, Sarah. I thought you were going to pull 5 cold ones, which is very possible in here. All right. So almost 5 cold ones. There you go. The Simpsons card as well. And this is all junk. Okay, let me think about it. It's pretty close to the price you were already interested in it, if you think about it. What's $30? 2 booster packs almost? That's not bad. Yeah, you gotta think also, if you think the card's valuable, um, you're just setting the price for what it should sell for next time. Tyranitar. Okay, we got Tyranitar. Let's see what that is. Tyranitar, huh? I'm trying to think of a Tyranitar in the box. I can't think of one. Is it this one? 043? Oh, okay. Kind of a tough round because you've downgraded into a $75 Tyranitar this time. All right, 40 likes. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the giveaway. By the way, the giveaway is hosted by Miss Sarah. So type in Sarah, Sarah, for this booster box of 151 surprise. Yes, so the giveaway is active now, guys. All right, so you get this cute poker card and this guy. My uncle gave me some old card. I have the old Charizard. How do I check first edition? Um, if you want it to be first edition, you got to take a little marker and then you got to draw a little 1 on it, and that makes it first edition. All right, tough choices here. We can either re-roll it for 50 or we can keep. What do we want to do? That's tough because you might not be as big a fan of Tyranitar. Obviously, I'm a Tyranitar fan. Ooh. Ah. Reroll. I'm going to chance it. All right, good looking there. Ooh, Skewy. We're going to grab 3 of these. And his card's going back in like this. And then we're going to grab 2 of these. Like this. And like this. It will have 1 stamp on the left side of the card. So that goes back in for 3. And this time he will be worth the 50. But you're not a bad style fan, mister. You can't be a Tyranitar fan if you don't like the best set ever made. The what? All right. Ready? Here goes. Grab this. Got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. She's risking it for the biscuit. Now, it could come back cold. Oh, thank heavens. And 1 seal. Whew, that was really lucky, Sarah. That could have easily been cold. What do we got? Togepi Poker. Oh, that's going to be a good improvement. That is Sarah going from a hit to a cold one to another hit. Sarah, how can you be so lucky, it seems? I think if it was somebody else, they would have just missed it. So Togepi Poker. Probably going to be like, yeah, there it is. Togepi Poker, 150. Okay. So there it is. This is from the Poker Collection Pokemon Gold. And you can see the age of it is from the year 2000. All right. Definitely cuter than Tyranitar if you like cute Pokemon. I like it. Okay, there it goes. Very nice. You got very lucky with that. There we go. Tossing this away. How nice. I believe that's the whole order now. And now we have an order from Nathaniel Martinez, 1 Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity. It is. Mr. Nathaniel. The bag that had the 1 Nikkei Precious card was purchased on March 9th. Wait, did you say it was a single card? Did you just say the missing bag has a single card in it? Is that what you just said? Had the 1 Nikkei Precious card. Well, that changes things. It could be underneath the other bags. When a bag is too thin, it can slide underneath the other bags. So now we are going to do a new manhunt for the missing bag. I think he just suggested it was never seen so much luck. So now we're going to go looking underneath. I didn't know it was 1 card. Yes, sir, 1 card. Was it like a big card or was it cheap? You pulled 1 card, huh? That changes things because now it's a very easy to lose bag. That's what that means. A one card bag is very easy to lose. Okay. Put that there. Here's your current bag. I have Stamped Charizard. What do I do? Now I have a more confident concern that the card was just potentially lost. Before I didn't. Before I was like, it's probably just misplaced or something like that. But now it's like, it could actually be missing. Let's see. How about in here? No, unfortunately, it's still not showing up. So that does not solve it either. Can't remember what card it was. Okay, so you had 1 Nikkei Precious card. and we don't know where it's at. Okay. So here's your current bag, though, Mr. Nathaniel. Okay, we might just be able to replace it really easily, whatever it is. That's Haruna's signature from Weiss Schwartz. What set is this from? Fuji Fuji Bunko, maybe? All right. 2019 is pretty old. That's probably Fuji Bunko. Here's Tyler Davis, box of 151 surprise. Mr. Tyler. Okay, there it goes. Got this. Here's Pikachu. Here's Magnezone. Ooh, Magnezone's nice. All right. I pulled that card when I bought the last 2 boxes of Fuji. Oh, I see. I see. And so this is one that's already been graded at 10. There. Mr. Tyler Davis. Good luck. Well, you know, the cost of grading is pretty high these days and doesn't guarantee you a 10. I think I remember how much we were selling those Fuji Bunko boxes for. I think 160 for a signature that's already graded and it's a 10. It's probably a better way to obtain signatures than even to open the boxes. So that's what's so interesting about it. It almost seems underpriced. You know, Pokemon used to feel that way too. Pokemon used to feel underpriced, not anymore. But that was the feeling with Pokemon too. It'd be like, why are these so cheap? Good luck, Tyler Davis. Come on, Tyler, pull us that Pikachu Gengar so I can do a scream like a girl. Oh my God, I can't believe it. And plug this iPad in. Is my 1 card still safe? Ditto Metamong. If you pulled a Ditto Metamong, that's most likely a slab. And yeah, that's perfectly fine. Here's Bulbasaur. Slabs all go into a big slab shipping box that's alphabetically ordered. So that's just sitting there, chilling. Here's Alakazam. Alakazam. Almost felt like there was another hit with the Alakazam. All right, here's... Oh, Voltorb's going to be your hit in this box. Look at that Voltorb. Is it secret? Is it safe? You're looking for a Master Ball now. Maybe a Master Ball pop out. Like Master Ball Gengar. That'd be great. Chansey. 4-leaf Clover Chansey. Ponyta. Moltres. Okay. Bedrill. Mook. And Moltres. There you have it, Mr. Tyler. You got Voltorb. Shiny Voltorb. Ooh, Mr. Plugging us in. Ooh. Boop. All right, Tyler with the TY. Let's get it. My shoulder. What the hell? Can you keep the Snorlax? Snorlax. Can I keep it? What are you talking about? I think it was a Snorlax. Are you talking about a bulk Snorlax? All right, let's see. There you go. Can I become rich from Pokemon cards? Yeah, I think so. I think you could. You're a Pokemon card merchant. All right, let's see. Tyler Davis. Is this a Tyler Davis? That's Tyler Franson, huh? All right, so we got Tyler Davis here. Thank you, Mr. Tyler. Appreciate it. Okay. 1 shiny Voltorb and a couple of hollows. You know, the bag's large enough. We might as well split this into 2 bags at this point. All right. Okay. Put this here. And we'll grab this and pop these in here. So you're going to have 2 bags for now. Tyler Davis, number 2. Who does number 2 work for? All right. Let's get this rotated. Here we have Xatu. Gengar Mimikyu. Pristine Psyduck is still up here. Damn it. Here's this other Psyduck. It's kind of cool. And here is another Slowpoke. Apparently, we have like 100 Slowpokes, bro. How did that happen? We got like 100 of them. All right, let me take a picture of these. It's funny. Louis did not, in the end, come in and purchase that Gengar, did he? He was interested and he was like, maybe I'm buying that. Take a picture of that. I'm gonna pull that guy off the table now. Rumors of Austin Powers 4. Can it be any good? No. There's no way. There's no way that it'll be any good. All right. I watched Mike Myers in that Netflix series he made. I think it was on Netflix, and it was called like The Six or something like that. And it was just terrible. It was so bad. It was all political messaging. And so I'm worried that if he was in another Austin Powers, it would be the same deal. It would just be a political messaging platform. Mr. Carlos says 3 of the Nikkei Precious. There we go, 3 of these. So that is why I question about their ability to make a good TV show at this point, or movie. I'd like to see him try, though. I think it'd be nice to try. Puckyrev has single greatest Pokemon collection, and he is more handsome. No, he's better than me. He has more subscribers. Yeah, all right, let's grab this. He has better Pokemon cards. We'll put this over here. Maybe if I get lucky, he'll give me a shout out. There. Slowpoke. Put this guy over here. All right. Maybe if I let him farm my content for profit without crediting my work, maybe then he'll give me a shout out. Let's see what we got. Ooh. Here's bluish hairish girl who looks kind of like Watcher. And oh, there we go. What do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Here's Chains girl. That's a star card. Dang, she got some abs, dude. All right, here's Cutie Pie. And I feel like they wouldn't be allowed to do that any kind of humor today. Yeah, I know. I know. Well, same with Steve Carell talking about the Australian remake of The Office. He was talking about how the humor they got away with back then, they couldn't get away with today. Because he was commenting on whether he believed it was going to be a good show or not, or something like that. And he was saying, like, yeah, we were making that content in a different time period. You can't make those jokes anymore. It doesn't work. Like, I still laugh. Here we go. Oh. Oh. Oops. Oops. What am I doing? Give me a second. They started sliding out of my hands. There you go. Oh. All right. Got to be careful with them. Popping this in here. Okay. So this is a big deal. A whole booster box. Let's give away one spot. You ready? Cody Hodges made it in. Cody Hodges. And we'll give away 2. Your boy Russ. Russ is here. All right, there it is. I didn't even see him stop in. There we go. Let's see. Now, Pokérev's collection's not as good as my collection. I have a better one. Joshua Ramos. He says, 1 Poke Shuffle, 4 Crimson Haze. Grab some stuff from my bag for a trade. Okay, sounds good. Let's find those Crimson Haze first. Where are they hiding? Here they are. You wanted what, 4 of them? How many of these I got? 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4. Pokemon's unaffordable. Got like Japanese packs for days for like $4, $4 or $5. Some of them are more expensive, like the Mega Dream's more expensive than $4 or $5. I need to reevaluate my price on Mega Dream, make sure it's not too high, because I noticed it stopped selling. It is. And it's a Should be a pretty popular set right now. So yeah, re-examine that. That's one of my problems is like, if I set a price too high, I don't notice it for a long time because no one buys it. So I never check it. If I set a price too low, that gets figured out because I'll start running out of it. So that gets figured out. Joshua. So he says, set me up with the trade, bro. All right. Well, let's put this away first. We have a really good trade slab this time. Did you guys notice that? Check out this trade slab. That's tag 9, vending Eevee. Not bad. Not bad at all. I'm a sensitive person, but people are too sensitive nowadays in comedy. They are. I think it's improving. I think it was really bad just a couple of years ago. But I think it's improving. All right. Ugh. There we go. So, one Pokey Shuffle. Let's get that Pokey Shuffle done. One Pokey Shuffle. Let's remove some of these cards from back here because this box is too full. All right, you ready? So, 1, 2, 3, and 4. One cold one. Smooch. So nice. Very nice. Yeah, there's a lot of sensitivity. Now, you would like to trade, huh? So, I need $20 to get a trade out of you. Joshua Ramos. Valenti. Miller. Oh, okay. So you just have this one bag. Is that right? What do we got in this bag? Some hollows. Bisharp. Ponyard. Some hollows. Toxicroak. Probopass is probably worth a few. This is worth a few. Ooh, okay. So this is that's kind of nice. Here's a Misty's Lapras. It looks like I predicted it would not grade 10. Oh, I like the back Excalibur a lot. He's cool. Let's see. You got 2 back Excaliburs. How'd you do that? Here's a Pinsir. How do you feel about Pinsir? I think he's only worth like $1 or $2. So here's a Pinsir, and here's a back Excalibur. So what if that was $5 and $8? That'd be like 13, right? That'd be like 13. Okay, let's see. Let's get some of this set to this side. Try and get your hollows out of here a little bit. Yeah, like a lot of single sleeved hollows. Here's a card I assume that's junk to you. Those are just some Chinese hollows. Sinistcha. Zapdos. Okay, so here's what we have so far. Tiny amount of hollows, really not that much. These 2 cards were probably about $13 together. I'm not sure. We're at about maybe about 13. How do I close the gap on that? I don't know if you want to give up anything else. Mister, never mind on the trade. I didn't know the trade slab was 20. Oh yeah, it's a $20 slab. You go, no problem, man. Well, you're getting pretty close, by the way. Yeah, that one's a $20 one. He's a $200 vending series card. He's a big deal. He's not a cheap one. He's a pricey vintage card. Those vending cards go insane. No problem, Mr. Joshua. All right. Good thing I read that because I was still working on it. We also have this order from Miss Sarah. She says 1 top Sonic pack, 3 packs Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V, and 1 Japanese Jumbo pack. That's a big order. This is a big order for Miss Sarah. So tops Sonic. Here it is. So these are like $20 a piece, and they're very cool. What was that? And then we need, how many of these? The Vs? 3 of the new Vs. Okay, 3 of the new Vs. And a Jumbo Japanese pack. All right, Jumbo Japanese pack. All right. Oh, yeah. Mister, can I trade into the Eevee, please? Yeah, we can trade with you, Miss 6. We are running it's 4 now. Maybe we do it tomorrow, 6. I don't think this is going to wrap up tonight, so maybe we do it tomorrow. We're running low on time. We'll get it done tomorrow, okay? Because it's 4 now. It's 4 a.m. now, so I got to start wrapping it up. There, 20. I see 32. Can I also trade some cards for the trade slab? I think you can. You absolutely can. We are. So you and 6 are both interested in trading into a spot there. You are. Ooh. Look at that. Oh, very nice. I like that card a lot. These are all just okay. Free your friends. But look at this. This one's really good. See that? Because it uses all like original artwork from Sonic. Nice. So this is the kind of card I'd grade out of here. Let me put that there. And then these are like some stage cards. With the Sonic cards, you're hoping to pull a holo, but they're like really hard to pull. Has this set gotten cheaper or more expensive over time? You know, I haven't checked Sonic in a long time, Sarah. Let's see how Sonic's looking. Sonic the Hedgehog. It's a 1990 set. Tops Sonic the Hedgehog box. Oops, I typed in bow. Did you already do P order 2609? Okay, give me a second. Let me do one thing at a time. Okay, hold on. You're asking if your order is completed. Oh, wow. I think our Sonic packs are way underpriced. Oh, let me take a look into this. Well, that's no good. The empty box for $50. Let's try booster. Let's see what a loose booster is, because I've got sealed boxes of it, but maybe those go for more. Oh, wow. I think we're way underpriced on the Sonic packs. You know, I don't really think about them very often. Okay, so we are likely way underpriced. Let me do a quick math on it. We're supposed to be selling them at $34 per pack. I don't know. We have them at probably like 20. I just haven't checked this in a long time because it doesn't sell very often. Top Sonic. Oh no, we're good. We have it at 32. Oh, okay. So we're right on the money. Wow, these are expensive. I didn't know that. Look at this, guys. So these are expensive to open. And look at this. Here's one graded 10. So that's Topps Vintage Sonic. Wow. So that's what you could potentially do with yours, Miss Sarah. It's very interesting to learn about it because you know so much time goes by. But Mr. Hawk's wondering if I took care of an order, huh? 2609. It doesn't look like I've taken care of it. Let me hit refresh on this. So you put it in a little while ago, and it is. Give me a second. Another round of live customs. All right, not live customs, pokey shuffles. All right, no, have no fear. Have no fear. Let me get this done for Miss Sarah, and then we're gonna get all your pokey shuffles done. Yeah, big pokey shuffle order coming up. All right, just got a lot going on here, huh? It's been a busy night. It's been a busy night. We haven't even had over 100 viewers, and it's just busy as hell. Soul eating Oviraptor. Ugh. Oviraptor. Here's heavy polymerization. Okay, cool. And here's Arius the Labyrinth Butler. Okay, very neat. I wasn't sure. No, you're all good, man. We're going to take care of it in a second. There you go. So there's your Yu-Gi-Oh! You got a couple Starlight Rares out of there. That's what you're looking for, I think. Actually, I don't. Oops. Actually, I don't know exactly what you're looking for in these. Snipping this. This is a fun product. So this is the Jumbo Japanese pack. You can just buy these outright. I think they're $150 per round. And we ought to make something like this for some of the other products on the menu, like maybe a Jumbo Tops pack, or could be Jumbo Tops English or Jumbo Pokemon English or something, which would be really expensive. But we ought to make a product like this for some of the other sets. Maybe we could have like a one of everything on the whole freaking menu pack. That would be crazy. That would take like an hour to assemble it, it feels like. All right. Ooh, but I bet you somebody would open it because it would still be so fun. Got the little sea turtle. He's cute. All right. Some of these, ooh, Chien Pao. Look at that. Some of these Pokemon don't even feel like Pokemon. Like, that just does not feel like a Pokemon. It just doesn't. You notice Pokemon started doing, the artist started doing this trick where the arm near the shoulder is really thin and then the hand is really fat. that design started coming out. You see that with Crabrawler, you see that with Guzzlord. Here it is with the bear. So I don't know whose idea that was, that style, but I feel that that style begins. Oh, look at this, Sarah. You recognize this, right? So here's that Tyranitar. You got to trade me the Tyranitar if you don't like them. Also, let's go back. We got to look for slow for Ditto. Okay, no Ditto in here. I like that Tyranitar, by the way. So let's see what we got here. This is Journey Together. You got the little tadpole guy. It's kind of fun. You got a, what is this? This is Triplet Beat. Wow, I didn't realize this Gyarados looks so nice out of Triplet Beat. That's cool. Okay, Gyarados looking cool. Here's Mega Dweem. He could be a big pull. There's a little Rayquaza. All right, you got a little Rayquaza. Some of these hollows are really pretty. Okay, here's Heatwave Arena. That one's just cold. Night Wanderer. Oh, man, look at you. So you've already got 2 ARs and an SR. You're like doing extremely well already. Cold. Crimson. A little hollow. Mega. Oh my God, you got 2 SRs. You can have that Tyranitar for real. I love that Tyranitar. Here's the uh, whatever his name was. Man, I can't remember that Pokemon's name off the top of my head. I'll put this back over here. What is that Pokemon's name? There's too many Pokemon. It's a Pokemon I didn't play with. I didn't play the video game that he came out of. This guy right here. What's this guy's name? Virizion, maybe? Virizion? This is Cobalion. This one I know. This one's easy to remember. All right. Do a 2 of each Korean pack. The Korean pack sampler. 2 of each, huh? I think that kind of defeats the idea though, doing 2 each. Here's Golisopod. Ooh. I think one of each of the English packs would be interesting, but I think it could cost like over $1,000 if you included like some high-end stuff. So you have to decide what not to put in there. All right, here's, oh my God, you've got Ivysaur popping out. You got 2 SRs and 3 ARs already. Here's the stupid thing. It's very flashy, but I don't think anyone cares for it. Here's Terrakion. Terrakion, Virizion, Cobalion. Right, I got it. And here's a cold one. Battle Region is a, oh, look at you. Battle Region is a card set you can only get in the jumbo pack. You can't buy it off the menu. Here's 151. Okay, a little Mew there, nothing too exciting. And here is Eevee Terra Festival. Pulling just some normal cards. All right, there we go. So overall, I thought you did pretty good on this round. All right. It's kind of like you open a whole box of Japanese Pokemon cards, but sometimes you do better than a standard box, which I find interesting. So look at this cute little Latios. And I'm just going to toss this guy in here. He's just another free card in the binder break. Why not? Now, you've got your hollows. And let's take a closer look at your pulls. We got Heatran, Ivysaur, Cobalion, Zorua. You got some nice hollows like this Gyarados and Rayquaza. Those are cool. But you got this Chen Pao and you got this Tortuga. I actually don't remember his name. He's the fossil Pokemon for that time period, huh? Not bad. I mean, this is I feel like it's better than a standard box of Japanese Pokemon cards. I don't know if you're just very lucky. I feel like it's just luck. It's got to be luck, right? Because you should be having rounds where it's like bad luck too, right? So crazy. It's not possible. There we go. And we'll toss this in here as well. So what did you think of that Sonic pack? Pretty interesting, right? There's some holographic cards that can be pulled from those Sonic packs, and those are really expensive. Now, Mr. Hawk is next. He's waited for a little while for some Pokey Shuffles. He wants $100 worth. That's 20 of them. Good luck, man. 1 honeys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. There's your 2 bonus cards, right? 1 free one every 10. All right, good luck. Is that correct? You wanted he says second try. Let me make sure I got that correct. Let me confirm exactly what this order is for, Mr. Hawk. Did you want 20 Poke Shuffles, or did you just want 10 of them and 2 live customs? Let me confirm his order before I flip these. Ah, okay, so hold on. Let's reverse this, hit the brakes on it a little bit. So this goes back and this goes back. Okay, so now you're down to 20, and we need to return 9 to the box. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we're returning them in exactly the correct order. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. All right, cool. So we got your 11 cards right there. Good luck, man. What we got? Ooh, 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 ooh. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Mimikyu. I was getting scared for you. I was getting worried. Let's go look at this Mimikyu. Oh, that's heavy. My gosh. Okay, Mimikyu's not here, so he's in the rest of the box. Is this it? 097? 097. There it is. He's technically valued at $60. However, he's been re-rolled a few times. So for the purpose of re-rolling, you would only get 8 cards if you re-rolled. So what are you thinking on that Mimikyu? Keep it or re-roll it? He's from the 2023 Scarlet Violet Halloween set. So this is a promo Mimikyu. There he is. 2023 Trick or Trade. I think there's a card in this set that doesn't show up in the other set, like it's Houndoom or something. Keep. All right, you got it. So, Mr. Huck. Okay. So you spent 50 and you walk out with $60 slab. Now, the 2 live costumes. Let's see if we got you a hit over there too. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, yes. Cold. Ah, those are cold. That's too bad. 2 cold live customs. Houndoom, where? You don't want a Houndoom? Toss this back down here real fast. All right, cool, man. So you're walking away. Still was kind of a tough round, I think, because the Mimikyu was 60, but the live customs were kind of cold. Customs don't like me. Yeah, they can definitely eat your money up real fast. Let's see. That's very similar to how they used to be back in the day when we would shuffle them each time. Aaron Cereals is back. What? What's up, Aaron Cereals? He wants 5 of the Infernos. Burn, baby, burn. 2, 3, 4, 5. Disco Inferno. Good luck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh. Mr. Aaron. Do, do, do. What do we got? We got a cool one. We got a flag on these. Here's Toxtricity. Oh, Toxtricity. Hollow Genosect. And Orikorio. Ooh. Just woke up to get ready for work and Mistress Live. Well, we're wrapping up. It's 4:10. We're all done, guys. No more orders. No more orders. We're wrapping up. Thank you, Aaron Seals. Appreciate that last order. Where am I going to run into you? Like the OG Tim. Yeah, I miss OG Tim. Remember Asian Tim? That's a really old name. No, really old nickname. There we go. He uses his real name now. I can't remember it. If he bought something from me, I'd recognize him, but he just pops in every now and then. Didn't show up all the time. No more orders. All right, so that's going to probably be the end of the stream right there. Let's grab this real fast. All right, let's hand out one more spot. Marshall Weber. So we're going to finish this box tomorrow, probably. We're not going to finish it today. Obviously, it's a really great giveaway. Join us tomorrow in the daytime stream to continue this giveaway. If you don't want to miss it, smash the subscribe button, and YouTube will tell you when I go live, okay? All right, cool, guys. Ugh, I'm tired, man. I got a lot to do in the morning tomorrow. I didn't want to mention that, but I got a lot of errands to do. I'll see you there for the daytime stream. See you later, everybody.